Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring all our peep members with us, for real, for real. What's going on? Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was like, shit, they did everything in part 1, baby. Part 2 was okay, but part 1 was epic. So we know Eve was gonna get her peach, baby, for real, for real. So what did you guys think about the episode? What did you guys think about part 2? What's going on, Peep Squad? What's going on to everybody in the chat room? How y'all doing? What is good with y'all? How you doing? Miss Nina Bug, what's going on? What's going on, Mayo? What's going on, D? What's going on, baby? What's going on with y'all? What's going on, Austin? What's going on, Kendra Roberts? What's good with y'all? So how did you guys feel about part 2 of the reunion? I was like, hey, Blackstone, how you doing? What's going on with you? I was like, part 1 was epic. They ain't gonna beat part 1, but we'll see, because we have Giovanna coming in on part 3, so we gonna see what's really gonna happen with this situation. But I was like, Lord have mercy. So now you can see that Kenya and Porsha, they was cool for a quick minute, but damn, the shit done went down here quick, fast, in a hurry between their friendship. It was like, shit, their friendship didn't even last that long. It was shade being thrown here and there and all over the place. I was like, What'd you say, Kandi? Oh, well, Nene done called out Kandi, basically calling her boring, and Cynthia has no backbone, even her fakery tears. I was done. You was done with that. I was like looking at that part with Eva. I was like, every chance that Eva gets, she's always talking about the donor, Kevin McCall. She has scenes about him and different things like that. And so I guess tonight it must have hit her, because she started talking about the physical abuse and pressing charges. But usually she talks about him and she don't break down crying. And so I guess Miss Nene Leakes wasn't the only one to leave the stage. Hey, what's up, Crazy LB? So Miss Nene Leakes wasn't the only one leaving the stage. Hey, Goddess. Hey, Drea. I am over Kandi. I was like, it was a whole lot going on, but it's like they put so much work into part 1 that, it wasn't really that much work put into part 2. And that was the situation. I was like, what's going on? It seems like Nene done checked out. She was ready to go. And it seems like, Kandi was waiting to jump in. She was waiting her turn, but she waited too long. And basically, she really didn't have anything going on all season, because where was Mama Joyce? If anything, we want to hear from Mama Joyce. We want to hear what Mama Joyce had to say about the situation. You can say everything is all good, Kandi, but we want to hear it from Mama Joyce's mouth. So I was just like, okay, yes, we want to hear from Mama Joyce's mouth. We want to hear what she has to say, for real, for real. Hey, Betsy. Hey, Sam B. Hey, Angel. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Goddess. Hey, David. What's going on? Nene is clinging for dear life over here. Nene was out. I was like, oh my goodness. She bounced when she saw Giovanna. So we're going to see what Giovanna's going to bring to the table. Like, is she really going to have some receipts? Is she really going to have something that's going to be outstanding? Hey, Libra, what's going on with your baby? So we'll see what happens with the situation. But it seems like Porsha and Kenya was only playing along to get along, and then basically they couldn't play along and get along anymore. It just seems like it was all over the place. I was like, Lord have mercy. It just seemed like it was all over the place. And it's like, damn, everybody else is, when it comes to social distancing, especially, with their family, everybody's chilling with their significant other than Kenya Moore. And that does say a lot. Like, damn, Mark, he can't put shit on hold. His business is way more important than being with his daughter and being with his wife. Everybody's chilling with their significant other than, Kenya. So that really says a lot. So it is what it is with that situation. So let's just start off. I was just like, okay, Eva, you know, you did what you had to do in part 1. And Porsha basically let us be known that, you know, she's just started to throw shade at Kenya Moore because she felt like Kenya Moore says that she's the queen of shade and she's taking shots here and there. So Porsha said she started to take shots. And so, you know, Miss Kenya Moore was like, girl, when she saw Nene come back, you wanted to run over there to Nene's side or be cool with her, whatever the case may be with that situation. And Nene was like, where did I go? I didn't go nowhere. I don't know what you talking about. I was like, Porsha is winning the reunion every episode. No, Porsha did even better than the first episode because, you know, a lot of people said that she was ratchet. You know, some people said that she was drunk, she was intoxicated, but she was clearly handling her business and talking clearly and doing, you know, and saying what was on her mind and saying what was on her heart or whatever. And it came out clearly. So that was a good situation. But now we're talking about these text messages. And so basically you can, you know, punch, you know, Cynthia Bailey in the mouth, throw a brick at her, tie her up, put her in the pool and everything else like that. She ain't gonna be thinking that you have done anything to her. So, but the receipts wasn't that damaging at all. It wasn't like it was receipts where, you know, Kenya Moore said anything like, you know, I'm going to get Cynthia, I'm going to take her down and stuff like that. The only thing that Porsha was able to say was that, you know, Kenya Moore said to her on the phone that, you know what, she's going to have her day. She's going to get her day. I'm going to get her, or whatever the case may be, because, you know, Kenya Moore was feeling a certain type of way about Cynthia Bailey not defending her when it came to Eva Marcel, because Eva Marcel and, you know, Kenya wasn't really getting along that much. And so basically the receipts were, you know, Cynthia being a hypocrite, you know, Cynthia not standing up for Kenya Moore when Eva is saying what she's saying, and when she's talking negative towards Kenya Moore. And so I guess it felt like Kenya Moore, she wanted to vent, and she ended up venting to Porsha and text messages, but she didn't really say anything that was that crazy or that damaging. But you got to understand, Cynthia will let you throw bricks, dig her into the ground, run her over with a core. You know, she's gonna still say, yo, we ride or die. You know, that's just Cynthia's behavior out here in these streets. So it is what it is. And so, you know, I'm surprised Eva didn't say anything. Like, she didn't say, well, that's how I felt about you, Kenya this, Kenya that. She didn't say anything. She was quiet. It's like, you know, she was kissing, you know, Kenya Moore's ass. She was out there, you know, basically, you know, every time Kenya had something to say in the first part, she was jumping in and she was like, you know, she was Miss Casanova. I'm gonna defend Kenya Moore to the end. And that's what Eva was doing. But when she was called to the carpet about Kenya Moore talking, you know, crap about her, basically like, you know, Eva's shady, Eva's doing this, Eva's doing that, but it really wasn't nothing towards Cynthia like that, and there was no proof of it. So Cynthia Bailey is just like, it's all good. I don't care. Like Cynthia Bailey was just like, I'm not choosing. And it's almost like the same situation that Nene Leakes was in when it came to, you know, Cynthia Bailey. You know, Nene Leakes wanted Cynthia Bailey to actually choose, you know, or basically stand up for her when, you know, Kenya Moore is saying something negative about her, calling Kenya Moore out for doing something negative towards her. And, you know, Cynthia Bailey said, I'm not doing that. So it seems like she's kind of in that same type of position right here. But I guess Kenya Moore understands that Cynthia Bailey is going to be friends with whoever. Hey, Pamela Carter, she's going to be friends with whoever she wants to be with. And that's just going to be the situation. And she don't even care. She was like, y'all can bicker, y'all can fight, y'all can talk about each other, y'all can do what all y'all want to do. But you know what? Ain't nobody going to tell me who I need to be friends with, who I'm going to pick and choose with. So basically, yeah, Cynthia Bailey, she did step up, and she stepped out, and she was like, I'm not choosing. If they want to get along, they can get along. And so basically, Kenya Moore's just looking at Porsha like, girl, your receipts are stale. And like, what was Cynthia Bailey gonna do anyway? Wasn't like she was gonna come for me, first of all. Wasn't like she was gonna do anything to me. I was just like, Lord have mercy. And Porsha is basically trying to tell Cynthia like, yo, your girl don't really like you. she ain't really cool with you. She was talking about you, but she ain't really got all that, in the text messages. So it is what it is. And so Kenya Moore is looking at Porsha like, girl, you are screaming and you're yelling to the woods. You're yelling to the forest because ain't nobody hearing you, especially not Cynthia Bailey. And Eva ain't say shit. Eva just sat there quiet. She has so much to say. The first part of the reunion, but this time, while Porsha is trying to call out what Kenya Moore said about Eva didn't jump in. She didn't say anything. You can't be separated and still be working on your marriage. Amen to that. That's for sure. So I guess I don't know what's going on with that situation. We'll find out whatever happens with that situation. I don't know what Mark's doing. Mark needs to speak. Mark needs to say something, or basically he needs to stay quiet. But Cynthia Bailey is like, basically, I'm not picking, I ain't choosing, and nobody gonna make me. Nobody. If y'all want to shade each other, talk bad about each other, that's on y'all. It ain't my job to discipline Kenya Moore. It ain't my job to discipline Eva. And that's the same type of stance that Cynthia Bailey had when it came to Nene Leakes. And then I could see how Kenya Moore is understanding how Nene Leakes felt, because Nene was saying the exact same thing that Kenya Moore is saying now about, like, yo, you see them talking about me, you see this, you see that. So it is what it is with that situation. I was just like, oh, okay, Cynthia done stepped up. Yeah, she done played the safe card, Pamela. She ain't trying to make no more enemies. She don't care and she don't give a damn. She gonna stick with her team, and she's gonna ride with Kenya Moore, because we know plenty of times where Cynthia Bailey rolled with Nene Leakes, and we all looked at her like, girl, did you just see what Nene Leakes said and did? So you can pretty much do anything to Cynthia, and if you say sorry, you friends again. It's cool. But also, she's not going to be pulled or told what to do when it comes to who she want to chill with, who she wants to film with. Because when she's filming, she's making money. This is a job. This is a business, baby. She ain't been on the show for 12 years because she don't know nothing. She been on the show because she know how to play the game. And that's what she's doing. She's playing a mother effing game. And you know what? Y'all ain't going to make her pick. Y'all ain't going to make her choose. And, Kenya Moore knows that too as well. And and Eva is just sitting there holding on to dear life, because she exuded everything that she needed to say in the first part of the reunion, and now she's just basically blank. She just blank, and she had to cry on us and everything else like that. We sorry, and we understand being abused and everything else like that. And sometimes you can have trigger moments. Sometimes you could be acting when it comes to, Eva. So we don't know with Eva. And basically, people are just tired of Eva forgetting everything that she say. Porsha's calling her out like, you say this, you say that, and you forget everything that you say when you talk about people and everything else like that. So therefore, like, girl, please, step back. And basically, Eva's playing that card that I forget everything, and Kenya Moore don't like it either. No one likes that card that she's playing. Not even Kandi, and not even, Marlo. But right now, it's team let's get Nene. So therefore, we just gonna let that slide. And the thing is, I wonder, do you guys notice, or have you thought that them putting so much, emphasis on, Nene and coming at Nene the first part really just made Nene the star? A lot of people wanted Nene to get read and eat up, and she was reading and she was getting read to at the same time. But did it seem like there was so much attention put on Nene that now if you talk about anything else, it's not really relevant, because it's not. Because we want to continue what we saw in the first part of the reunion. But I know that the ladies got together, and basically they called Nene out on the things that she has did and the things that she has done on her YouTube channel, on Instagram Live, and all that other stuff. But it kind of like they made her the focal point of the show. So does that give Nene more credence that she's the HBIC? And does that guarantee her a peach that she's gonna get next season? Like, we know that she's guaranteed a peach. We know Kenya Moore is guaranteed a peach, and Blase in the third, and Eva most likely is going to get a peach because of her performance in the first part of the situation. So it is what it is. I was just like, And then once Nene, so we're gonna see when Nene leaves, is the reunion still going to be entertaining? And so basically, Cynthia's feeling a certain type of way when it comes to, accountability, that, her friendship with Nene, the part where she doesn't feel like Nene takes account for the things that she says to her. And basically, Cynthia is saying we both hurt each other, and Nene's not trying to hear that at all. But Cynthia's like, we in a good place. All the interviews that Cynthia's been on this week, she was like, me and Nene's in a good place. Like I said, Cynthia's like backwards. I don't fucking know. Cynthia just like, how you in a good place? How are you guys good? Did you hear what she said about you? Eva may be boring, but she did bring it in the first part of the season. I mean, the first part of the reunion, she did bring it, and that's kind of like, gonna guarantee her that peach baby. And so Porsha's still trying to go on and on with this situation when it comes to her and Kenya Moore, and basically how their friendship changed because they were supposed to be having a motherhood, a bonding hood together, and basically things just changed quickly. And Porsha says she feels like Kenya Moore was shading her, but basically we all saw throughout the season, we was like, oh shit, Porsha and Kenya Moore, they cool, they rocking, but we did see Porsha shade her. And Porsha said Kenya Moore shaded me when it came to dinners, talking about animals and stuff like that. All the girls shaded her when it came to that dinner situation. Nene Leakes shaded her, you know what I mean? Like, they talked about animal porn and all this other stuff. But I guess she felt like, the gloves are off between me and Kenya Moore. I guess she felt like everybody else could shade, but it coming from Kenya Moore is even more of a shade because we have a past history. We're supposed to be working on it. So therefore, she said, well, if Kenya Moore is going to be shading me, I'm going to be shading her. And so basically, that's when she started talking about the hair and everything else like that Kenya Moore is wearing wigs. And then on top of that, hey Norris, Tony, Kenya Moore is wearing wigs and everything else like that. So maybe she is wearing go naked hair too as well. So I was like, what's going on? Hey Terry, what's going on? I was like, Porsha is delusional. You guys are too much. I click over and I look at the comments real quick and I be like, what? So basically Porsha said, Kenya Moore said that she's the queen of shade, so therefore I'm going to shade her and basically talk about her hair, talk about, that she do wear some wigs and she might be wearing her hair. But I don't know, to me, it seemed like Porsha was shading Kenya Moore more during the season, but I guess the shade that Kenya Moore gave to Porsha, I guess it cut deep, it cut hard, it hurted her, so therefore she let the gloves come off. And she said, Kenya Moore is basically, she's playing victim, and she can give it but she can't take it, and basically she's calling out Kenya Moore. And I was just like, damn. And they were supposed to be cool, but the shit changed real quick, fast, and in a hurry, that she got upset when, Kenya Moore was talking about Dennis and, doggy style and doing this and doing that. So, Porsha Williams said, I'm going to shade her and her wigs because, she shaded me in my relationship at the most critical point in time. So, yeah. But it was other people that shaded, Porsha too as well. But I guess she took it more to the heart when it came from Kenya Moore. I guess that's just what it is. I guess the shade cuts deep when it comes from Kenya Moore. And so then we have, Porsha talking about that Kenya Moore lied on Shamia, and basically I was like, yo, can we get Shamia to talk? How come they can't Skype Shamia in? How come Shamia can't be in on this, where actually we have Shamia say whether Kenya Moore lied or not? Yes, Kenya Moore dropped some receipts, but it's not actually that with the Shamia receipts, basically it was about Shamia, she was sleeping and then she was leaking, she had some discharge, she didn't know what it was, I believe Kenya Moore called her, she told her that she's on her way to the doctors to check it out to see what's going on, and her husband wasn't around. Kenya Moore said, can I come with you? It was different. Kenya Moore said it's, miscommunication, because she said when her water broke, and then Porsha was like, girl, when you text her and had that conversation with Shamia, that was a month before she had her baby. So actually, only person, it could be miscommunication when it came to what Kenya Moore said at the table at Porsha Williams' event. And, you know, instead of saying water broke, she said, you know, Shamia said that she had discharge. She did go to the doctor's office. She did go to the doctors to make sure everything was okay, that her water didn't break and why she was having discharge. But then the story that Kenya's saying that, you know, Shamia called me, her water broke or whatever, nobody was around. Porsha Williams was busy. So Porsha said that Kenya is straight up lying because she talked to Shamia and Shamia said this. Well, Shamia needs to come out and she needs to speak. Shamia needs to say something. You know what I mean? Shamia come out and say something. But I think the shock part wasn't, people were shocked, you know, because the way that Kenya Moore said, you know, Porsha wasn't around, but the way that Porsha made it seem like Shamia and Kenya and her, they wasn't talking, like, but then we come, hey Brandy, what's going on? And so then we come to find out that they were all communicating and helping each other out, and Kenya had more experience because she had her baby first or whatever the case is. So it's like, Shamia, please come to the forefront. Shamia, you are being called on. Shamia, we want to know. Shamia, can you tell us what really happened? Did you say that to Porsha Williams that she lied? That Kenya Moore lied on TV. Like, Shamia, like, it's time for you to step forward. It's time for you to say something. Like, Lord have mercy. Like, what's going on? That would have been a good thing to bring her on. And so basically, Kenya Moore said it was miscommunication. It ain't a big deal or whatever. And she said that she absolutely didn't lie. So you got that situation. And then, you know, Kenya Moore was like, yo, I was shaded by Porsha Williams and Shamia when they was drinking, you know, the hair, you know, the Kenya Moore hair care products. It was only water in the bottles. So therefore, you know, they started drinking out the bottles and shit like that. So Kenya Moore was like, so Kenya Moore is bringing up something that Porsha did, which did happen a long time ago. And Porsha is bringing up something recently that Kenya Moore did, was, you know, talk about Dennis McKinley and animal points and stuff like that. So it seems like maybe them trying to work on their friendship, it really wasn't genuinely from the start. Oh my God, great Glam Diza. Yep, no one cares about Shamia. Shamia is not going to answer that. I know, Angel Eyes Murphy. Calling Shamia to the stand. For real, Crazy LV, Norris Tony, I agree that Shamia needs to say so. I mean, just clear it up for us or something. So it seems like, you know, Porsha and, you know, Kenya, maybe them trying to work things out and be together as new time moms and coming back on the show and having a positive relationship, there was still things deep bedded inside that they haven't forgave one another for and don't really trust one another. So it is what it is. Pamela Copeland, better yet, who cares about Shamia? Lord have mercy. So it is what it is. So, you know, she brought up this situation, them drinking out of her, you know, hair care products bottle. So you can see that there's still some shit going on, you know, that hasn't been dealt with, hasn't been, you know, healed, basically. And then so when anyone, so I guess when Porsha says anything about Kenya, when Kenya says anything about Porsha, like, they think that it's hate, they think that it's shade, they think they can't trust a person, or they're going back to the old person because they have not really talked about or really got over what one another have done to one another in the past. So basically it just seems like them hooking up and being together wasn't authentic, and that's why it was very quick and easy for Porsha to, you know, get with Nene, because she trusts the devil that she do know than the one that she don't know. And even though the ladies say, oh my God, especially Kandi, I can't believe Porsha done forgave Nene, she was the one critical. And then they even called out, you know, what's her name, Tanya. They called out Tanya too. They said Tanya switched sides because Nene came back. And Nene was like, I didn't go nowhere. Where the F was I? I didn't go nowhere. What you bitches talking about? It's like, Lord have mercy. And it seems like Nene was just kind of like checked out too as well. Porsha, her and Kenya were going back and forth, basically saying who did this and who did what to each other. Eve was quiet. She had all that smoke in the beginning, but I guess she fizzled out, and Kandi was just there, just standing, and Cynthia said her little piece and she was done. So it was like, you guys forgot that there's a part 2 and a part 3? What the heck? Like, what's going on? So you have that situation. So I was just like, whatever. So it just really doesn't seem like they were friends. And Porsha took anything that Kenya said, to the heart. And it seems like Kenya Moore was trying to avoid Porsha, but she was throwing shade too as well. And Nene got into Porsha's ear. And so Porsha like, yo, listen, Kenya ain't really, filming with you like that or talking to you like that. She's trying to take that seat next to Andy from you or whatever. So I think that got into her head too as well. I don't know, but And so, Porsha was like, bitch. She said, Kenya Moore was like, oh, makeup, or whatever. Basically, clapping at Porsha for making up with, Nene Leakes. And then Porsha was like, yeah, get into the makeup, get into the glam, get into my glam squad. And bitch, get into it. And Kenya Moore was like, yo, you keep calling me bitch after bitch. Like, when you gonna chill out with that bitch? And she was like, I only called you one bitch. I was like, Lord, what's going on with that situation? So right now, Porsha Williams is still at the stance that Kenya Moore is a liar when it comes to the Shamia situation, and we ain't gonna get Shamia. Shamia ain't gonna speak on it. Kenya Moore said, you don't call me like 7 bitches. You need to slow your roll, baby. And Marlo said that she was upset with Kenya Moore and shit like that. She was upset with her because, of Kenya Moore ruining her event. And she felt like it was low down. She felt like it was dirty. And basically, that was like, what did you expect for Kenya Moore to do? You said that her mother don't want her and nobody will want her. And then you said, like, Mark is abandoning her and Mark don't want her at your event. But, Marlo could say what she want to say because she was mad because Kenya came to her event and basically, ruined her event. And, Andy asked who thought that it was fun shade. No one agreed that it was fun shade. So it was like, so they're all saying that it was, dirty shade. But only, Cynthia Bailey, she raised her hand, and Cynthia Bailey was like, it was fun shade. We have Porsha laying on the floor laughing and everything else like that. But, I guess, when it comes to Kenya Moore and Marlo, they got a whole lot to work on if they gonna ever work on it. One minute they're cordial, the next minute it's just like, I don't like you. So we have that situation. But with the Marlo, I understand what Marlo's coming from for her event being ruined. But yeah, Cynthia raised her hand. Yes, she did. Hey, Mike Carter, what's going on? But the thing about that situation is, I checked, and some of you guys are in the chat, my people was here when we checked Marlo's page. She has not been, supporting or even talking about a wig line. Like, was that shit was just staged? Does she really have a wig line? Like, what's going on? We don't hear no I haven't seen any promotion of Marlo promoting her wig line since that episode on her Instagram page or on her Twitter page. So it is what it is. So Marlo basically was like, so how Marlo is, and her, and she's calling out Kenya Moore for coming to her event, and basically, like, you talked about my mother, and then how my mother don't want me or whatever, and then she was like, you even mentioned it at the event, you know what I mean? So basically, Kenya Moore is calling out Marlo, saying, you even said the mean, harmful thing you said a bunch of years ago. Basically talking about, Mark does not love her unconditionally. And yes, that is a shot. Yeah, Marlo rat wigs. Lord have mercy. See, I can't look at the chat. No wig line for Marlo. So we have Marlo basically, I seen an interview with Marlo where she was talking real reckless about Kenya Moore. And I was just wondering why that recklessness wasn't on here on a reunion, because it was not too long ago that she did the interview. But anyways, so moving on from that situation, so we have that. And so Kenya Moore was like, she apologized about my mother's situation or whatever, but at her event, she said, Mark doesn't love you unconditionally, basically saying that she can't be loved. But at the time, Kenya Moore is messing up Marlo's event too as well. So she ain't gonna be nice, she ain't gonna be sweet, she ain't gonna put sugar on top. She gonna call you and try to hurt your feelings because she feel like you trying to embarrass her. So therefore it is what it is. And she's saying that no man wants you, no man wants your punani. Every man no man want to stick around for your punani. They don't want it. You can't keep a man and all that other good stuff that Marlo said. And she got some of that energy out. Then Kenya Moore was like, oh, we never even seen you with a man. Only man that we seen you with is the same man that you and Nene was sharing. I was like, Lord have mercy, help us, Jesus. So it's Marlo and Nene Leakes sleeping with the same man. Nene said, I ain't never slept with that man, but Marlo didn't deny whether she slept with that man or not, or I don't remember if she denied sleeping with this man. Oh Lord. So I didn't hear Marlo deny sleeping with him. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I know one thing. Nene said that she never slept with this man. So she don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear this shit. She don't want to hear it, point blank, period. It is what it is. I was like, look at this man. Oh, God. I don't believe Nene slept with his ass. We know Marlo type of guys. The guys that Marlo like to sleep with. Nene would get Tyrone from down the street. She'll get Hakeem around the corner. She'll get Zulu up the street before she'll sleep with Raphael. She throws out that type of situation. You know what I mean? So anyways, this is supposed to be the man. Nene was like, I did not sleep with that man. Don't be saying that shit. That did not happen. That did not go down. Don't be throwing shit on me because I ain't never slept with that man. Nene made that shit clear. I didn't hear Marlo. And so then Nene and Marlo got into it. Nene and Kenya Moore got into it. I was just like, Lord have mercy. Kenya Moore was like, you ugly, Nene. You the ugliest person on this stage. And then Kenya Moore. And I was like, damn, Kenya, why you go there and say that? I was like, shit. I don't think Nene's ugly, though. I don't think Nene's ugly at all. I don't think she's ugly. But she was like, Nene, you the ugliest person on this stage. Like, that is so wrong. And so, Marlo wasn't a match for Kenya tonight. She was like, you the ugliest one on this stage. You done got your face done. You done got your cheeks done. You done got your nose done. You done got everything done. And point blank, period. So, and I was like, Kenya Moore was like, I can't believe she said, and you're not a pretty girl. I was like, Lord. She was like, you the ugliest bitch on this show. And then Nene was like, won't you shut up with your effed up skin? You got bad skin. You got bad skin. And, she was like, get out my business. I was just like, damn. I don't think Nene's ugly, though. In my opinion, I don't think Nene's ugly at all. I think she's a beautiful woman, in my opinion. I think, she's holding it down. Whatever she has done to herself, I don't know. Or whatever. I can't tell unless they get dramatic shit done. Most of the time, it's just like, they always change up. They never stay the same. You don't know what they are doing or whatever. So, Andy's asking Kenya Moore this question: how come you can come from people's business but nobody can come from yours? And so basically, Porsha brought that up, and Marlo Hampton brought that up too as well. And so Andy wanted to reiterate to Kenya Moore, how come you can come from other people's business but they can't come for yours? And so that's just the situation. And I was just like, And then we got to the situation where, I don't even think Kenya Moore answered that question, in my opinion. I don't know if she did or not. Then we get to the Greg situation, and basically she said, well, your husband's out here sleeping with the help. He's sleeping with his employees. He's doing this. He's doing that, Miss Nene Leakes. Greg is doing this. And then Nene Leakes was like, girl, let me tell you, your man, where's your man at? Your man is probably sleeping with somebody. There's probably somebody next to him. There's probably somebody that he's with. So how do you know? And basically Kenya Moore really can't answer that question because he is over there in New York and she is over here in Atlanta. She's quarantining there, he's quarantining there, and basically they don't live together. They got a long distance relationship, and he's a man with a penis, and believe me, he gonna want to get his all day. He might jerk off here and there, but at the end of the day, it's like he's a single man out there in New York, so he gonna get it where he can get it. And that's when, Tanya was like, we already know that Mark Daly has a restaurant, he has a dessert section. I was like, Tanya. Oh, Tanya was like, yeah, so Tanya is basically like insinuating that Mark getting some dessert over there in New York where he work at. Like he's over there doing something. I was like, Kenya answered all her questions. I didn't hear her respond about them coming for her business. If anything, her response was probably, they came from my business so I can come from theirs, basically. So it is what it is. So I was like, okay, do your thing. Tanya was like, Mark Daly's over there in that restaurant. He got that restaurant. He got the dessert section, basically saying that he's over there getting some sweet sugar wooga over there. What is he eating on Miss Tanya Sams? And basically they, called, Kenya out for, calling Tanya Sam a cunt and things like that. And yeah, I was just like, damn, I wonder if Mark used that word cunt, because a lot of black men and black people don't use that word cunt or anything else like that. So, Kenya was like, yeah, I said it, I shouldn't have said it, but it is what it is. And so basically coming to that situation, she was like, I'm gonna keep my lips zipped. Keep them lips zipped. Someone talking to you, Cynthia. And so basically Cynthia had what she needed to say when it came to Tanya Sams. Like, girl, I defended you. You try to make me look like I didn't even, defend you or whatever the case may be. So you already knew the heads up in Toronto. You got the information because Cynthia felt bad. She told you what was going on at the table because everybody at the table figured out that, Kenya Moore was talking about your relationship, but Kenya Moore wasn't going to take it there, I guess. She the cookie lady was a back pocket, for Cynthia Bailey too as well, because Cynthia Bailey said she was going to use the cookie lady whenever she needed to use the cookie lady. And so, she had her in the back pocket because they're in the same zip code. But, Kenya Moore felt like she needed to use the cookie lady, and she got the cookie lady too as well to get back at Tanya, showing the wig, basically saying that, okay, you had a wig on in Toronto. How come you couldn't own up and say that you had on a wig or whatever? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But Kenya Moore went and got the cookie lady. Is that something that I would do? No, I wouldn't bring anybody, a second person or a woman claiming to be with one of my castmates, husbands, because then when you open up that door can open up on you, and people can bring in women that say, oh, I was with your man last night. Oh, I like your man. Your man looked at me this way. He looked at my booty. He asked me for my number or whatever the case may be. And Cynthia Bailey recently did an interview, and she said that she would never, bring, another woman, on a show to confront another woman about their man, because she's not that type of person. But she had the cookie lady in her back pocket, and she was going to use it when she needed to. So what are you talking about, Cynthia? And then Cynthia talking, I was like, Cynthia, are you double talking? I was like, Cynthia, what are you doing about the cookie lady? You did have the cookie lady, in your back pocket. So it is what it is with that situation. And so, basically Kenya Moore said, yes, I have the wigs, and I use a wig for, special events, or when I'm trying to do protective hairstyles, because I got 20-inch hair, 24-inch hair, blase in the third, and everything else like that, and this and that. And basically Cynthia confronted the cookie lady to tell her, bitch, listen, I told you what's up. I gave you the information. I didn't let you be in the dark about the situation. And then on top of that, when the cookie lady was coming at you, me and, Eva had your back. We stood up for you, but you didn't want to say nothing. And so basically they're saying that Tanya Tanya didn't want to say that Cynthia and Eva kind of defended her because now she's back onto Team Nene Leakes now. So therefore, she wanted to act like, Eva and, Cynthia Bailey was just sitting there eating cookies and watching her getting dragged. And, and that was not the case. And you never spoke up. And Tanya was like, she didn't say nothing. I was like, Tanya, why you never spoke up? You made it seem like you was getting dogged or whatever. But I guess she felt like she didn't have to speak up. She'll speak up when she's ready to speak up on the situation. I don't know. But she should have said something because now she created more enemies. And she's still a newbie on the show. And she's still not really, adding nothing to the show. I do like Tanya. I do like the way that she dressed. I do like her happy spirit too as well. But she's not, that battle with the cookie lady, she should have went ham. And she didn't go ham. And, it's just like, okay, I don't know if you cut out for this. We don't need you to be ghetto. We don't need you to be cussing and swearing and being ignorant or ratchet. But you can actually voice your opinion quick, fast, in a hurry, and concise and consistently with the ladies and move on from there. If they're going to respond back, you respond back. But it seems like Tanya, she doesn't like the back and forth. She just like the fun part. Let's play games. Let's play makeup. Let's play dress. And at the same time, if you're creating enemies and you're creating beef, you're going to have to face up to it. And I don't know if she's ready for that too as well. So, anyway, Cynthia was like, you should have said something because me and Eva did stand up for you. And yes, Eva ate the cookies. Eva was pregnant. You think she wasn't going to eat them baked cookies? You think she wasn't going to tear down them cookies? Shit, I would have ate them cookies too as well. And ate her cookies and read the cookie lady at the same time, telling how desperate that she look. And she don't really got no information either. But these are some good damn cookies. And Eva was pregnant. So, of course, she was going to eat like 10 cookies. And, it is what it is. I was just like, And then Kandi is talking about that Todd is good. Todd is good. Todd is good with his daughter. I was like, could we hear the daughter say it? Could we hear, Mama Joyce say that she's good with Todd? Like, we just can't, so they cut out a lot of stuff that would make them important too as well, and focus totally on the Nene Leakes situation, which, it was good for especially the people that don't like Nene and wanted to see her get red and everything else. But it cut out the importance of their story where they just focus on Nene, and maybe they didn't want to talk about their story. So if they didn't want to talk about their story, then it is what it is. I was just like, Lord have mercy. I was like, I wanted to hear Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce, I wanted to hear what you had to say. I wanted to see if you really feeling toward like that. Because Kandi's saying you guys are good, but she, we don't know when it comes to that situation. So you guys think that, Miss Mama Joyce is feeling, toward or whatever the case is with that situation? And then Kandi said she didn't want to speak on the cookie lady or talk about the cookie lady because she didn't want to speak on it. And she said she had to defend herself when Todd was accused of this, and when people came out to Todd and she ain't carrying nobody and she ain't defending nobody. You damn right she ain't gonna go against Kenya. You damn right she ain't gonna step out and defend Tanya. You know why? Because Tanya is Team Nene Leakes. She was cool with the other ladies, last year, but we all see where she at. So, Kandi ain't defending the cookie lady. She ain't going to defend the cookie lady, and she ain't going to have the Tanya, she ain't gonna get into it. She ain't gonna get involved because she has to fight, and she had to fight, and she had to come out here swinging, jumping off the porch, swinging from the monkey bars. So damn well, Tanya, it ain't gonna be easy for you. You gonna have to swing. You gonna have to jump rope. You gonna have to double dutch. You gonna have to run a mile too. If you want to walk in our shoes, you gonna have to really walk in our shoes. So therefore, Kandi was like, I ain't defending the cookie lady. I ain't defending the cookie lady. I ain't defending Tanya Sam. And I ain't even gonna speak on it or talk about it. And they called Kandi out, and Kandi felt a little bit embarrassed too as well. She felt embarrassed. She felt like, oh yeah, double standards, we see what's going on. She goes, but if I was there, it would be something different. If you was there, it wouldn't have been shit. It would have been the same, girl. You'd have been eating on the cookies and had your head down. So Kandi missed me with all that bullshit. And so Porsha, she is back with Dennis. Oh, we are shocked. Are we surprised? She is back with Dennis. They're cohabitating together. They are quarantining together. They're doing their thing together. Whatever, girl. Do what you want to do. And she don't know if she gonna have a big wedding, a little wedding, because Dennis McKinley doesn't want the haters at his wedding. Yeah, he don't want the people that called his ass out for being a no good, cheating, lying dog. And therefore, Porsha finally admitted that she ran too fast. She ran too quick. She was too desperate for a man, a husband, and a baby all at once, and she ended up getting Dennis McKinley. Same situation that Kenya Moore is going on with Mark Daly. Mark Daly, I mean, the way he dogs out Kenya Moore is a shame. It's sad. It's despicable. And you be like, damn, I can't believe these ladies will put themselves in a situation like this. And we are average women, and we don't have their bank account, their bankroll, and shit like that. And I would be damned if I will put up with a Dennis or a Mark Daly. No way, no how. So anyways, she's back with homeboy, and they're living together. I guess he moved his shit back in the basement, who knows. So they back together, they doing their thing or whatever. And then she was questioned about Dennis McKinley being out at 4 a.m. with 4 different women or 7 different women. She goes, oh, I knew he was going to a party, and I knew the women, but I didn't know that they was going to eat afterwards. Like, why you at home with the baby? And Dennis McKinley already told us that he don't even come through on the weekend. He comes to your house 2 days a week. I think he said it was like a Monday or a Wednesday he was coming to Porsha's house because he didn't like to commute. So therefore, this motherfucker is out here rolling the streets, chilling, popping, doing everything else. He done took his ring back. He's out in public. No, he gonna be seen. No, he gonna be photographed. But he don't care about your feelings. He don't care about nothing. And he basically already knows he got you wrapped around his fingers. And whatever he say is gonna go. I don't know if is the sex is good, is the money good, or you just don't want to admit to failure. So are you gonna take it slow or whatever? Do your thing. Porsha, everybody plays a fool sometimes. Everybody plays a fool. I played a fool once upon a time, but you should be embarrassed. Never bring a mother sucker on TV that you really can't trust in your real life, because therefore everything that's bad about your relationship is going to be on TV, and people are going to find out. Again, Porsha might be pregnant. Who knows? She might be pregnant. You're locked up, quarantine, and he's back at the house. So, she wants to have, same kids with the same daddy. She don't want to have different daddies. I will have 8 different daddies before I sit there and be used and taken advantage of and made fun of, and then cheat on me while I'm pregnant. Then on top of that, you out here running the streets. You should be licking, rubbing my feet. You should be doing everything to make me happy. You should want to throw me the biggest wedding possible. You should buy me a new ring, a new house, a new everything, because you publicly embarrassed me. I done promoted your company. I done promoted your mama. I done promoted your hot dogs. I promoted everything else. And Porsha's talking about, yeah, I'm gonna take it. He don't want the people at the wedding, that don't really got us back. I was like, Lord have mercy, help this child. Poor thing. Help this child. Where your mama at? And so then we got, Kenya Moore talking about Nene like, bitch, Kenya Moore's like, you don't got your nose done, you don't got your cheeks done, you don't got this. I don't know what Nene got done. So anyways, Kenya Moore is getting at Nene in her face. Lord have mercy. And I don't know if these guys want to talk about the crying situation with Eva. So basically Kenya is like, girl, your face is messed up. You done did everything. You can't call nobody ugly. You can't say shit about me. You can't say shit about nobody else. And so, Miss, Kandi was basically trying to give her story and trying to tell what she needed to say, that she didn't want to speak on the situation when it came to, Tanya Sams, the cookie lady, and Kenya Moore. And she didn't want to, devolve and get in the mix of that situation. So Nene felt like, okay, you didn't want to get involved, you didn't want to speak on it, baby, just the same way I didn't want to speak on Wendy. I was like, damn, Nene, you should have just sat there and rolled that shit. You should have just let it be, because now we got to bring up the Wendy Williams situation again. And you can tell that, Nene just wanted to throw a bone. She wanted to poke at Kandi. Oh, so you don't want to talk about Kenya. You don't want to talk about Tanya's situation. Same way I did not want to talk about Wendy. I was like, Nene, you could have just let that be. But she didn't. And so basically it just went ham. And Nene was like, yo, you coming at me and all this other stuff. And, Candy's like, no, this and that. I'm just like, Nene was like, yo, you should listen to your mama with the lunchbox. I was like, you are so wrong for that, Nene. She was like, your mama with the lunchbox. Remember the lunchbox? I was like, Lord have mercy. Help us with this situation. She said, your mother with the lunchbox. And so Nene's like, Kandi, you're unforgettable, you're forgettable, you're boring, next. And basically, she said, you're unforgettable, and Kandi said, yeah, that's right. And then they started going back and forth, then they end up getting muted. I don't know what the hell they done said. Kandi was like, yo, you poking, and you was talking shit about me, you mad because I'm getting a special, and who was you talking about? And so Andy jumped in, was like, oh, there's only two people she could have been talking about, that's either you or Kim. And so therefore, I felt like, Nene was talking about Kandi the whole time. You know what I mean? But when Nene explained it, it seemed like she was talking about the people that are actually making the decisions to get them, not the people that are actually getting the special. And Kandi Burr's like, I don't know what you talking about, baby. When you talked about me and my spinoff, guess what? I was working on my other spinoff. So what you talking about? So basically, Kandi is calling out Nene and letting her know that I'm embedded in your brain. I'm in your effing mind. You worried about what I'm doing over here. And yes, when you're talking about the spinoff and all that other good stuff, guess what? I was working on my other spinoff. So I was like, ooh, Lord, that hit. Her mother is a lunchbox. What does that mean? Well, what her mother was basically trying to say, to Kandi. So, so now they're going back and forth. They got to mute their mics and everything else like that. And so, Candy's basically calling Nene out to be jealous. And Nene's basically saying, ain't nobody jealous of you. And you don't got the power to stop anything. And I called you, Kandi, to tell you that it wasn't about you, but you kept going on. So, if Nene calls, Kandi and says, hey, listen, ain't nothing going on. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about you. Kandi was like, nah, I don't believe that. Kandi just doesn't believe it. Point blank period. And they was going back and forth, and it is what it is with that situation. And they muted their mics. And we got Cynthia. Cynthia saying that Nene Leakes is not a toxic friend. I could have sworn you said she was a toxic friend, Cynthia. Cynthia, make up your mind. You gonna be Nene's friend, or you not gonna be her friend? Like, what's going on with this situation? So I'm just like, Lord have mercy. 101 spinoffs. Yeah, she's been doing her thing. She ain't worth. So the reunion wasn't part 2. We'll see what Miss Giovanna's gonna bring, because Andy's gonna be pissed off, because you already know that Nene's gonna walk off for good. she's gonna walk off for good. She's gonna leave the situation. She's gonna bounce. And so we're gonna see how the reunion is gonna carry on without Nene. Now, if part 3 carries on without Nene, fine. That's not a good look if it does. Because then that means that, but part 1 was the best so far. Part 1 was the best so far, so it is what it is. Nene is not thinking about Kandi. That's what she said. So if you guys going to call in and tell me what you think, let's keep it to 10 minutes so we can get everybody in, because if not, I'm going to have 1,000 to 100 calls on my phone. It's going to be ringing all night long. So I'm just like, So we can see Porsha and, Kenya relationship really wasn't authentic. Maybe it was for a little while when it was going through the hormones, but they basically looked at each other like, you still the same person and you haven't changed. That's what it looks like with that situation. So I'm just like, Let's see if I can move this over. And Eva, she had to leave the stage. She started crying. I was like, Lord have mercy. Bravo's gonna mess around and bring Kevin McCall to the show. You watch. They gonna mess around. Kenya never ran. She stands on her ground. So that's it. With the reunion, we're gonna see what part 3 gonna bring to us, baby. But this one was very subtle. Very subtle. It seemed like so much was said in part 1 that shit, they didn't even need to really say nothing for part 2 at all. I was just like, And when Kenya said, like, yo, look at all that work that you got done on your face, I was just like, damn. And then Kandi started popping up like, I'll say it to your face. I'll say whatever to your face. I ain't scared of you. Nene was like, I ain't gonna skate on ice because you. Who are you to be skating around? Who are you for me to be like this? Hey, what's up? What's going on? What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Mary.
Hey.
New York is in the building.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just looking at some of these things. I don't really understand. The reunion swag, especially tonight.
Yes.
The first half of the reunion was good. Tonight was not that good. It's all bringing in all kind of things that happened years ago. And
yep.
Things that was not even on the show. What about the cookie lady being on? I see they're bringing on Giovanna. What about the cookie lady, Mark and Todd, Mike Hill? There's so much things to discuss, and the reunion is not like what it was before. And as for Kenya, I do believe that it's a fake beef. Bottom line, because I watched NeNeLeakes live, and she was discussing, all the people that are getting spin-off. She definitely didn't call Candy's name, but she talks about, the dark-skinned girls are not getting the spin-off unless Candy is blonde and blue-eyed. She talks about that. So my thing is, why are you saying that this woman is talking about you? And then I see some other people bringing on about you gonna call somebody ugly. You gotta look at yourself. You're not all that pretty yourself either. Because to me, they're all beautiful women, mind you, but being ugly is not a shade. Nene talks about her thing with Greg on some other talk show. So, and with some one of her workers or something, and that's not a read. It's not even shady. That was already out to the public. So how can that be a read or shade? Come on.
I think they got burnt out from the first part. Everybody was just tired.
They need, listen, the friendship and the alliances that Nene talks about, it's obvious. Even with her sitting there listening to them going back and forth, I think the real reason why she got up now is the fact that when they were talking about her relationship with Cynthia and everything, if you watch what she keep muttering stuff and said the AIDS, and she was really hurt by the fact that Cynthia and all that was what she was saying, because Cynthia did say she was a toxic friend.
She did say that.
But now she's recanting on all that.
Yeah.
Because all through the years that Cynthia been having her stuff, Nene never comes out and shade her business, not one time. And you have Kenya, who's your friend, shading your business on live. Come on, man, that's BS. That's a whole lot of BS right there. You should be having one eye open on that person, because she's really not your friend, really, right there. Because anything pop up, Kenya's gonna get in your ass. I'm telling you. If you're a friend with a person, you all been friends for years, and even if you have beef and you don't talk, and someone is saying something that that's not the character of your friend, you should be able to say that. Listen, that girl and I are not friends, but that's not her. You understand?
You can Cynthia is the type of person, you can do anything to her. She's just one of them people that you walk all over.
Yeah, and it's funny. I watch Peter on this girl named Michelle Brown live, and I was listening to him talking, and he was talking about all of them girls, and he talks about them, and he's saying, listen, He said, hands down, Nene is the queen of Raw. He was like, she is Raw. Just like that. And he said, when they were asking him again about, because out of everybody, he said he has seen Nene a lot more than these other women. He's not in contact with anybody, not even Cynthia. But he said not one time when he sees Nene did she ever mention Cynthia or their beef or anything. She doesn't do that. They just talk and, just be friends. That's it. Come on. And even with Eva problem with her baby dad, nobody can condone abuse because that's BS right there. But, with her and the father and everything, it's a messed up situation right there. And I do believe, to me, in my opinion, I don't think you should change your daughter's name. Because remember, as a child, when you're growing up and you realize, even though you probably understand why your mom and your daddy is not together, you're still going to really want to know who your real daddy is. People been talking a lot of thing about Porsha and she should be mad because the baby looked like Dennis. Yes, her child looked like the daddy, but that's a pretty baby right there too. But when Eva was talking about that girl child, she was shading the shit out of that baby. She was calling that baby ugly. She was doing that because the brat talks about it.
Yep, I remember that. They were pissed about it, and she was, in my opinion, because she was shading Porsha and Dennis, and then she threw the baby in. There's no other way that you can take it but it being shade. So I think that's why Porsha didn't get mad at Nene when Nene said that her daughter looks like, Dennis. That she looks exactly like her father. But the way
she
that,
looks like her dad.
but the way Eva was saying it was a problem.
She looks like her dad. Porsha know that. The baby looks like her dad. But you can look like your parents, but you're better looking than your parents. And then she went on live with her husband, and they were talking about stuff like that. He's asking to get into trouble. Right now, they took that live down. They took it down. Because Mike Sterling was out of line. She's out of line. Your wife's been on the show shading people.
But she forgets everything that she say. And I don't think everybody appreciate that too, because it's a cop-out. The last episode, Eva said of Real Housewives of Atlanta when she was talking to Cynthia, she was like, I forget everything. I don't know nothing. I don't remember what I said, and that's not fair.
Why do you think Kandi said Porsha what she said? Because Porsha was defending her. And while she was defending her, Kandi let her know, you can't be defending this girl, and this girl was shitting the shit out of you and your child. And look at Eva's daughter. If you put her dad, they look alike. Her dad ain't no handsome nigga. So you can't be shading somebody else's child. They're all full of shit. Every last one of them that is on that show did something to their body. Every last one of them. I mean, Porsha's ass is real. Kenya's ass ain't real. Just like when I see a man was saying that her ass looked like a diaper that is full when she was in the white swimwear. Every one of them enhance things on their body, and you can't knock them for that. That's what they want to do. They have the money, they can do it. But don't tear on each other because of, I look like this and you look like that. Come on. I see Claudia Jordan, she and that girl, Vivica Fox, and them shading Nene. Oh, she's been taking drugs. You coming for someone's character right there. And yes, still, Claudia Jordan is a colorist. If you go on live and watch Michelle Allen and she bring up some stuff, if you Google those stuff, you will see all those colorist remarks that this girl made, and even when she was talking about being in the Heat House with Donald Trump back then, she don't know them colored girls that were light skinned during slavery were being raped by those slave masters that was in the house, and she's making all them comments. Come on.
It is, it's a TV show, and they be going in, and 1 minute they're friends, and the next minute they're not, and they talked about it too. So next season, we're going to see whose friendship is going to stay, and whose friendship is going to, be replaced. But thank you so much. I appreciate your call. God bless you, and have a great day.
God bless you too. You too, and thanks for having me.
Thank you for calling. Peace.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Melissa Johnson.
Okay, tell me your name and where you calling from.
What is this?
You are on Maryjanetv Creation. We're talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You got to turn me down in the back because I can hear myself.
Yes, that's what I'm calling about. The Housewives, the reunion tonight.
Yeah, you got to turn me down in the back because I can hear the feedback.
Oh, you want to turn the TV down, okay?
Yes, please. Yes. Please, my friend. Please turn down, baby. Yes, down. All right, go ahead. Tell me what's on your mind, baby.
I think that Nene is full of shit. She's full of shit. She can't take the shit that she dishes out. That's why she left and closed her damn computer down. Because she's a big damn liar. And I can't wait to see her lie some more next week. Now that's what I got to say about her lying. And she is ugly.
No!
Just like her.
No!
Just like her.
No! No. So what did you think about the reunion part 2? Do you think it was entertaining? What did you think?
It was very entertaining.
Okay.
Very, very. Nene entertains everything, She running everything. I'd be glad when she retire her old ass.
Oh, Lord! You just taking them shots, baby.
She old, and she need to go sit her old ass down and let a new person take her chair. Ooh. She needs to go lay down on the couch and find her a wheelchair.
Lord. You just going in. So what did you think about what stuck out to you the most? What did you think about Kandi's performance on tonight's episode?
Kandi is full of shit as well. She's a little sneaky bitch. Yeah, she's sneaky with her shit. And she's real sneaky with her shit. But that's all about I got to say. I'm glad you guys have the number. You guys can you call next week?
Yes, we'll be here next week, baby. We will be here.
Okay, well, thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you so much. And what's your name again? And where you calling from?
Melissa Johnson, calling from Danville, Virginia.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate your phone call.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Woo, Lord have mercy. That knocked me off my feet. I didn't know what was going on. Lord have mercy. So what's good with y'all? So yeah, I did miss some calls, but okay, we got the situation. It is what it is. So we're going to see next season who's going to be cool and who's not going to be cool. We're going to see what's going to happen, if the friendships are going to stay the same. Is Cynthia still going to, I believe Cynthia and Kenya Moore are still going to be friends. And we'll see if Kandi and, Kenya Moore are still going to be friends. It seems like they will be too as well. I don't know where Eva's going to turn. She going to stay, on, Kenya Moore's side. Is she going to stay in that situation? It seems like Tanya's going to stay over there on Nene's side, because I think tonight she realized that, Kandi ain't going to defend her. Kandi ain't going to have her back. It's just going to be what it's going to be. And that's just going to be the situation. Kandi said she ain't carrying nobody. She said she ain't carrying not one person. Please tell me your name and where you calling from.
East St. Louis, Illinois.
Hey, how you doing? Tell me what you think about the reunion part 2 tonight.
It was horrible. It was horrible. They just need to cut down everything. Just cancel the whole show, because everybody's toxic on the show. I'm so sick of Kandi.
I'm so sick of Kenya. I'm definitely sick of Eva. I'm sick of Cynthia. The Lions. Like me, everybody want to get on Nene. See, Nene is the show. Candy's so jealous of Nene. Candace want to take over the show. Candy's too boring. Candy is too boring to take over anything. Candace needs to be worried about see if she's still gonna have a marriage with Todd, because in a minute she gonna be like a lion, like Kenya Moore filing for a divorce. If I was Todd, even look boring being married to Candy. I won't put up with Candy for 2 minutes. And I don't understand. I really don't understand why he always want to come out to Nene. Look at Kenya. Kenya want to talk about Porsha baby. I'm not Kenya. Eva want to talk about Porsha baby. Porsha got a pretty little baby, a pretty little girl. Okay, how in the world Eva can talk about somebody? They ain't even talking about her. Is that her outfit she got on, or did she borrow from one of her bridesmaids?
She borrowed something. I forgot who said it, but she borrowed something from somebody.
Yeah, I want to know, is that her outfit, or did she borrow it to wear to the reunion? Did she borrow the shoes to wear to the reunion? I want to know, can she afford the house that she in? She want to talk about everybody's house, and she want to talk about colorism. That should be a no-no. You got a black daughter. Look at your first baby daddy. He's black.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just toxic. It's toxic. They need Andy Cohen need to get rid of all just keep Porsha. Bring Nene back as a friend. Get rid of Kenya. Kenya needs to try to figure out, do Mark still want to go for real to get the real marriage license? Girl, did you know that marriage license ain't real? You already know that. I know that. You know that. My marriage license is real.
She said my marriage license is real. Lord. Hey, there's been so many reports. Hello?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's been so many. There's been so many reports that, it's fake, it's real. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? At this time and point, the woman says she married, let her be married. If she is, she is. If she's not, she not. It'll come out one day. Everything in the dark always come to light. So she tried to prove to people.
I got a question to ask you. Why they always want to come out to Nene? Why they want to bring up what's going on with Nene? Why they ain't talk about Candace, what's going on with Candace's relationship with Mama George? Why they ain't got the cooking lady there? Why they ain't got Mark there? Why they ain't got Eva supposed to be lawyer husband there? Because what she did last week, that was wrong. What she did, talk about that girl baby. That was wrong. Then she went online, her and her husband running her mouth. Eva full of mess. Eva needs to try to find her another job, because Eva don't need to be back. Eva need to leave. Cynthia is boring week. Nene, Cynthia, Kenya, and Candy. Kenya ain't nobody friend on there. She playing all of them. She playing Candace. She playing Cynthia. She playing all of them. I want Candace and Kenya get into it for the next season. We're going to see how that's going to be. Kenya ain't nobody friend on there. Only friend Kenya got is that baby that she paid for.
Oof. Oof.
That's only friend. That's the only friend Kenya got is that baby. And her auntie, whoever the lady may be. Kenya ain't no better. Kenya playing all of them. She ain't nobody friend on there. Candace want to come out to Nene. Candace just jealous of Nene. Candace want to take over the Real Housewives. Candace too boring. She too boring. She not finna lose her husband. Because if I was Tom, I know Tom military. He ain't happy about looking at her. She ain't even making me happy. I'm at home. She boring.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
She's boring. She's boring. Candace can't run that show. They got the right person running, and that's Nene Leakes. just need to stop shutting the computer down and sit there and just swallow the pills, because when it all boils down, they hate on her. They so jealous of Nene.
She also put the target on herself.
Huh?
Nene also put the target on herself too as well, because she kept promoting, oh, watch the reunion, wait for this, I'm coming to read and everything else like that. And then she was giving so much information and talking about the ladies. And so now, you know what? They didn't even have to talk about their business. It was just, let's just get Nene. She put the target out there on herself.
She did. She should have never said nothing like that. She should have just kept it cool and just went on with it. Because as of right now, Candy's trying to get Nene off the show, quiet as a kept. That's what she's trying to do, but she can run it. But how can she run it? She can run it. Ain't nobody on there strong enough but Nene. Kenya, they're hard up and desperate. But I can't understand Kenya, man, because Kenya want to talk about everybody else, but she don't want nobody to talk about her. She talk about Nene kids. Nene ain't said nothing about her baby. They call her baby ugly enough. See, whatever it is, don't talk about the kids. Because I feel like, kids should be off limits. I don't give a curve they 30, 25, or whatever. Don't talk about nobody's kids. Because that right there, you have to get your tail whoop on that. But Kenya was wrong. Kenya was wrong tonight for calling Nene ugly. Kenya ain't all that cute her own self. And Kenya want to talk about somebody talking about she got this product. Kenya needs to get her house redone, the roof or something. It looks like it's moved. I just don't understand it. The whole thing is toxic. Everybody on there toxic. Cynthia wants to sit up there like she's so innocent. Cynthia ran her mouth and talk about Nene like a dog every little show she went on. Cynthia ain't nobody. Cynthia should have been there. Because you got your daughter staying up there with your fiance and you down here. Really, Cynthia? Well, that's all I got to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Hey, what's your name and where you calling from?
Cherie, East St. Louis.
Thank you, Cherise. We appreciate it. Have a good night. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So it's a lot of different, everyone has a lot of different opinions on what they have. People have the people that they like, people have the people that they don't like, so it is going to be what everyone is not going to like everybody on the show, and sometimes, people really get into it, you know what I mean? Like, especially if they've been watching the show for years, like, the cast members and the people, they become a part of, like that, like, them, like, it's like, damn, I watched this behavior, I saw you do this, I saw you do that, and now you're doing this, and people, it is what it is. But but what did Nene Leakes say? She said Kandi was boring. Do you guys think Kandi's boring? We know Kandi got money, we know Kandi got the bag, baby, but do you think she's boring? And do you think that she could actually hold down Real Housewives of Atlanta if she was the HBIC? And do you guys think Cynthia is a valued cast member? She's been on the show for a long time, but do you think she's valuable? And would it be weird not seeing Cynthia Bailey on the show? Would it be weird, not seeing Kandi on the show? Yeah, you don't talk about nobody kids. You don't talk about kids. I totally agree with you. You don't talk about kids. Team Kandi, Kenya, and Cynthia.
Lois.
So please tell us your name and where you where you're calling from, please.
My name is Lois, and I'm calling from Flint.
Hi, Lois. How you doing? Tell me what you think.
I think Nene brought all of that on herself. For a long time, Kenya and everybody tried to be Nene's friend. But Nene wants everybody to kiss her behind. She wants everybody to think she's the boss when there's no bosses. Everybody holds their own.
That's why you have so many different castmates. Everybody is supposed to bring something different. And I don't know why they keep trying to throw Cynthia off the show, because Cynthia is always central to everything. She's always, everybody is always want to make her their friend.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a nice person. So you don't need all the same personality types. You need different personalities to make the show. Now, Nene is very entertaining, but she comes for everybody. She came for Sheree, Kim. She gets into it with everybody. And she said nasty things about Kim Fields. She's just not a nice person. But I think she can be a nice person if she stops comparing everybody and stop wanting to be the boss of everybody. And I think Kandi is very self-assured.
Mm-hmm.
She just does her thing. And she doesn't have to be entertaining. Everybody calls her boring, but she brings a lot to the show. She is showing how a real businesswoman should conduct business. And everybody just wants the ratchet to say that they're entertaining or that they can carry the show. And no one person can carry the show. That's why she doesn't have a show of her own.
Yeah, Nene said that, Kenya needs to be on the show. She's part of the entertainment. That, she offers a great deal to the show. She has said that about Kenya Moore.
Kandi as well. Kandi and Kenya. They just don't kiss Nene's butt. But Kenya, when she came on, she tried to give her props and she tried to be friends with her. Nene wasn't having none of it. She was dogging Kenya out. If you look at the old clips, she dogged Kenya out. She was having none of it because she thought that if I give you time, I'm making you shine. She didn't try to befriend Kenya. Kenya tried to befriend her, and she had none of it. And Porsha just does too much. She acts too ghetto to me. I mean, she just overdoes it. She can be funny sometimes, but sometimes she just is too loud, like last week. Just too loud and clowning.
But this week you thought she did a better?
I think she's just trying to, she's not calling out Nene for what she said, and what she said was worse than what Kenya said. She said she needed a rabies shot. And Kenya said maybe she should rethink doing what doggy style means. And Marlo said something just as bad.
She said, I can bring my puppies. I can bring my puppies around him. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kandi was the one that she didn't believe in when they was saying Dennis was doing those things.
Yeah, she did.
And I think her baby is very cute.
Me
and
too.
I think Dennis is cute. I don't think there's anything wrong with her baby or Dennis. So I don't know why they're getting that ugly. She's a cute little baby.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful skin, beautiful everything. She's probably going to grow into all of her looks. So, I don't know. That's just something that they can leave alone because nothing's wrong with her baby.
No, not at all. Her baby is gorgeous. But do you think that Porsha and Kenya never really forgave each other? Or did one forgive the other? So who do you think is the breakdown of the relationship between Kenya Moore and Porsha Williams?
I don't know really know where it went wrong. It seemed like they started off wrong. I think they came on like the same year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was Kenya seemed like she was a little jealous of Porsha because Porsha has a husband and the life. And Kenya does a lot of acting to me just to try to come on and make drama. But I don't think hers is as harsh as Nene. Nene believes it's coming from her heart when she's coming for people. She is really mean. She's really mad. She's really nasty. But Kenya is not. Kenya might do some silly stuff. Like the band. The band was fun, shade. I don't care what nobody said. It was funny. And Marlo deserved it. Even when Marlo and Kenya was friends, Nene got mad. Because when Kenya came to the event last year, Nene got mad. Why would you get mad? It had nothing to do with you just because Cynthia didn't tell you. I mean, that had nothing to do with you. And then she went dogging Cynthia out. She drugged Cynthia just because Kenya came to her event, the wine opening stellar.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you get mad about that? Kenya never gets mad about Nene and Cynthia's relationship. And Cynthia's like, she don't care who don't like each other. Why should they tell her? I think she's very strong because they're trying to make her be friends only with them or what. I don't think Kenya does that. I think it's just Nene that does it.
Because when they was talking about the receipts, Kenya was like, well, Porsha said the receipt said, and they was reading that, Cynthia Bailey does not defend, Kenya Moore when it comes to Eva saying what she's saying. She's letting her get away with it. And that's the same gripe that Nene Leakes had with Cynthia Bailey.
And she's let Eva get away with what?
Because Eva has been disrespecting Kenya Moore.
What did Eva do to Kenya? Just said that, about she didn't want to bring her kids.
That part, she's a late in life mother. And Porsha and Kenya Moore were texting back and forth. And basically, Kenya, this is what they said, the text said, that, Cynthia Bailey does not defend, Kenya in front of Eva. And that's when, Cynthia Bailey was like, I ain't gonna defend nobody, I'm minding my business. But the same gripe that Kenya Moore is having is the same.
Yeah, but I don't think she should defend her because Eva is her own person. She can say what she wants to say. Just like Kandi said tonight, everybody better stand up for themselves. I mean, they don't have to tag me. That's why I like Kenya and Kandi and Cynthia, because they don't do the tag team. It's just like Nikki. Nene is insecure. She thinks she wants everybody to do like Marlo and Porsha is doing. And now Kenya. They just better be mad at who she's mad at. And so Cynthia don't have to be mad at either because Kenya is. Why should she don't have to defend Kenya.
Nope. It's every man for himself because that paycheck says my name on it and not your name, baby.
That's right. I mean, you better bring what you bring.
Kandi was like, I ain't carrying nobody.
Right. You better hope Andy and Bravo like it. Do your thing.
That was very funny. I was like, no, she did. She was like, I ain't carrying nobody. I had to defend myself. There was allegations against Todd. Nobody jumped in. Nobody helped me. So you're gonna have to walk it like you talk it, baby.
Right. And Cynthia brought that lady in. Bravo Productions is probably behind a lot of that. And they know what's going on. And who else was it? Kandi kept asking Nene, who was she talking about? Why can't she say who she's talking about if she ain't scared of nobody?
She said I know Nene said the person's on ice, but she didn't say that on the reunion. She said it after. She said it on the Breakfast Club. So I don't know if she's actually saying it's Kandi, or she's saying it's the people that are given the opportunity, because that's why she got Lisa Bloom involved, because she feels like she's being blackballed.
Well, she got Lisa Bloom, I think, because they didn't have her on those first episodes, and I think that affects how much money you get. But when she said castmate, when she did her live, she said castmate.
Yeah, and that's what it made it seem like she was talking about Kandi to me. But
yeah, because Kim is no longer on the show, so she's saying a castmate gets a spinoff year after year after year. So
but she said she reached out to Kandi and told Kandi it wasn't about her, but Kandi said she didn't believe her.
I mean, who believes her? Who else could she be talking about? And she want to talk about Kandi is so boring. That's the only thing she could say. But like Kandi said, she has other people. She brings more people. Nene doesn't bring anybody else. Just her husband and just maybe that one son. But she don't really show a whole lot of her life. And Kandi does, so Bravo probably can work with that.
So what did you think about the reunion part 2?
It was okay. I think they could have got into a little bit more of what happened in the season. But he did address Kandi and the Mama Joyce and the Todd. They probably just can't get everybody because it's virtual.
Yep, quarantine. I was like, I wanted to see what Mama Joyce had to say. The cookie lady would have been there. You could have Skyped her and she would have came through.
And Bravo was behind that cookie lady mess too. I don't think that was really Kenya all like that. I think it was more Bravo telling, because Cynthia said they told him to go over there, because they had the baby, they eat cookies. So.
Tanya was so upset. She was like, Eva, you ate like 7 cookies. I was like, Lord.
Well, and then Cynthia said too that they didn't show a lot of that when they was getting into Kenya for doing that. They was defending Kenya.
They was, and she didn't say anything. And they said, the reason why she didn't say anything is because now she's on, Nene Leakes team or whatever. So I guess Kenya.
Nene dogged her out. And Nene dogged her out when they was on that cash trip last year about the fortune cookies. And at the reunion last year, Nene wasn't talking to nobody. She was just like, whatever, when they was trying to talk to her. And that's why Bravo got mad at her, because she thinks she can do whatever she wanted to do. Her head is too big. Her head is way too big. And I think they just knocked her down the side. And now she's trying to comfort people again, because she knows she got to keep that check coming in. But I don't feel sorry for Nene at all, and she brought it on herself, and I've been watching it since the first season, and she's been nasty to everybody. She dogs everybody out. She dogs Sheree out, Kim. Who else was it on it? Everybody. And she thinks nobody's supposed to come back at her. That's why she don't come at Kandi that hard, because she know Kandi will get back with her. When Kandi first came on there, she started talking crazy, and Kandi told her to bring it on down and the bag on back. And that's what she did.
Kandi may cry, but she ain't scared.
She ain't scared of her. And she can keep on talking about Kandi boring all she won't. And Kandi gonna keep on getting them checks.
She is.
And Kandi ain't sneaky. Kandi is. What she got to be sneaky about? She's just strategic with how she does it. She don't have to be low down and dirty and nasty.
She's very different. After Big Brother, she came back very smart to the game. She even talked to Marlo. She pulled Marlo to the side, and Marlo switched up a little bit.
Yeah, because Nene is she's just dogging everybody out. She dogged Marlo out. And she left the show. And like Eva told her, and they sent Hollywood, sent her back. California sent her back to Atlanta.
I just want to know what's this talk, because Nene kept saying that you licking bottoms. She said it again. You licking bottoms to stay on the top. Is Eva licking bottoms? What is Eva doing out there in California? What's going on?
Lord. I don't know what she was doing out there, but they said that Nene got that off from some of her fans. All her reads from some of her fans. And she probably don't know what she's talking about. Probably just something she heard. How did she know what she was doing?
And then they show Nene reads written down, so they say Nene Leakes has a ghostwriter. Lord have mercy.
They probably all have.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from again.
Okay, my name is Lois, and I'm calling from Flint, Michigan.
It was nice to talking to you, Lois. You have a good night. God bless you.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So what do you guys think about Nene Leakes having a ghostwriter or Nene Leakes writing down her reads? Nene Leakes says that she does not have a ghostwriter. You know, she going through menopause. She can't remember everything. So therefore, she writes some of the stuff down. And when she closed her laptop, this is when everybody saw that she had some things written down. Kenya Moore said ghostwriter. Cynthia Bailey. Kenya Moore said ghostwriter tonight. Cynthia Bailey Earlier this week, she said Nene has a ghostwriter. So what do you guys think about that situation? Or you think it's okay, it's fine, there's no problem with it? But it seems like she needed to write down some more, because the second part, it started off a little spicy, but then it really simmered down. It just seems like they were kind of like tired. They were all done with the situation, in my opinion. It was just like, okay, how much longer do we have to go? Now we gonna have Yovana. Yovana's gonna bring herself through, and let's see what Yovana says. Yovana better not have just words. She better have some type of documentation, some type of receipts, some type of something. She better have something. Yovana, everything that you said, we done heard it before. We don't want to hear the same shit again. So Yovana, you better come through with something, because if not, we gonna clown you, because we want to hear something for real, for real. We want to hear something that's different. We want to know, whatever you say, can it be substantiated? Can it be found out? Can we find out that it is true? You said you gave Bravo your receipts and everything else like that. We want to see the receipts. Don't play no games. Just like we wanted to see the receipts that Porsha said that she had of, Kenya Moore. We didn't get to see the receipts. They done read something to us. Like, come on, stop playing. This is quarantine. You guys can put the shit up on the screen. For real, for real. What is I hope Yovana brings something different. But it seems like Nene Leakes was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm tired. And I don't want to deal with it. And Cynthia Bailey was feeling a certain type of way. She was like, why wouldn't you stay and defend yourself, Nene? Why would you just get up and leave? Like, come on. So, so we're going to see what's going to happen with Yovana, what she's going to bring to the situation. Everyone has their own fans. Yes, they do. Everyone does. That's why the show is what it is. Eva's from LA. She's from 78th Street. She's hood as fuck. Excuse my language, Lord. Normandy. Caught me off guard with that one. You really caught me off guard with that one. I was like, Lord have mercy. So, yeah, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I don't have... There's no one I like the most, no one I like the least, or anything like that. It's just the show that's been on for a long time. I've been watching because, damn, you see Noelle, she's grown. You see Nene's son, he's grown. Candy's daughter's grown. We watched them all grow up. Yes, we have watched them all grow up, for real, for real. This show, so that's why some people are very invested in the show, because been watching it for years. You know what I mean? If Nene Mayweather needs notes, she can't bring it. She can't bring them. But unfortunately, they did not help her stay in the ring. Ooh, wee. Please like and thank you so much. I appreciate that, Crazy LB. Appreciate that. So there you have it, you guys. So. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from, please.
Crazy LB.
Hey, what's up, Crazy LB? What's going on?
Miss Mary, how you doing today?
Good, yourself?
I'm blessed to love it. I can't complain. I'm trying to see if I can throw some fairness or neutralization in this toxicity that I'm going through right now. I can't even say the word. But as far as the beginning, for me, the overall reunion for me was a 7.
Okay.
It wasn't as nice as the first one. The read wasn't as there for me like the first one. Andy had most of the good reads, if you ask me, in part 2 than he did, you know what I mean, than part 1. Because Andy was throwing shades left and right. But in the beginning, like I said, it was dry still, and I wasn't really feeling it. But I figured, let me just interact with it, because, you coming on tonight. But as far as everything, it's just a whole lot of. I'm not trying to engage with the toxic, because therapy works. If people don't know, therapy works. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I'm seeing in the chat. What people don't seem to understand, you can love to hate Kenya all day long. but the facts are there. Period. What's up, babe? I'm sorry, my people was calling me, but as far as Kandi goes, you can't really come for Kandi because that scene or that thing that they was talking about with Kandi and Nene, that she was talking about Kandi. There's no way that she cannot tell nobody that she was talking about Kandi because even when they asked her the question, she never even answered the question. But moving right along, because I'm trying to stay within the 10-minute, rules. And I'm not trying to get hyped to start cussing. Because like I said, all of this therapy work. I had therapy Saturday and it worked. Like I'm not even trying to go there with these people right now. But
well, then talk about what you liked about the reunion, and don't focus on what you didn't like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For me, it was the overall 7. It wasn't really a firebound like part 1 was. I'm just going to talk about the ladies in general, so maybe that will help clarify everything. Kandi, with her talking about Mama Joyce, we know nobody ain't coming from Mama Joyce, girl. We know Mama Joyce is taking your money. Mama Joyce living off of your money. We get it. Mama Joyce is just overprotected. We understand. And like I was saying, as far as her and Nene with the whole spin-off, she was talking about Kandi. There's no way in hell Nene wasn't talking about Kandi. Nene is on her damn platform blowing up the whole spot, and that's the toxic right there. When Nene goes on her platform, she say whatever the hell she want to say. So by the time it comes to the reunion song, she ain't got shit to say because she done said everything she want to say on her fucking platform, and it's like, girl, bye. But like I said, I'm not going to indulge or what Wendy Williams said, I don't have the face nor the time for Nene. She's an over there person. Porsha, girl, you all over the place. Last week you was drunk as a skunk. This week you just loud and wrong, girl. You want them to pull out the receipt. Then when they pull out the receipt, you want them to shred the receipt. It's like, girl, make up your mind. What do you actually want them to do with the receipt that you screaming from the mountaintops? Like, girl, bye. The whole thing with them calling her daughter Dennis with a bull. Okay, look, let's just be clear. All the babies are cute. We're not going to talk about the babies. We're not going to stoop down to their level. All the babies are cute. But if we are going to talk about that situation right there, okay, Eva said she was reading Porsha when she made that statement. So now this is where I'm trying to be neutral at, right? Because if this is the scene, Porsha and Eva had that relationship where Eva made a comment saying Porsha baby looks like Dennis with a bull. Now, within that same breath, she's really upset with Eva, right? So now, Nene makes a statement regarding Kenya's child. She don't even say Kenya's child Mark with a bow. She said Kenya went out in the damn street somewhere in a chicken farm, got a chicken, and had a fucking baby. Girl, what? That's what I'm saying as far as like the kids. We're not going to talk about the kids. All the kids is cute. Okay, fine. But if you're going to get mad about something, let's get mad about something and be for real about it. And then y'all expect Kenya to now befriend this freaking lady who talked about her child. She was having a buffalo. Let's not forget, Nene also made that statement. But when she made that statement, she also said she was feeding Kenya. So, like, let's be fair. If you want to talk about somebody's child looking like a bull, you're going to cut virtually whoop Eva's ass. So what do you expect Kenya to do to fucking Nene? Oh, excuse my language. What do y'all expect Kenya to do? That's what I'm saying. You can't promote bad behavior. Like, black people, like, we have to do freaking better, man. Like, seriously, therapy works. If you don't want something done to you, don't do it to other people. The shit is written in the freaking Bible. Like, y'all watching, I don't understand what we're watching here. Are we watching the Stan reunion, the same season of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Like, what season are we all watching? Because apparently some people watching only Kenya folks. Some people only watching what Nene is doing. Like, let's be neutral and let's pick out the fucking bad behavior. Because at some point, we need this, because this is why the white man got these people on TV. They are business people. So if we want to talk business, all of them have some type of business right here. So y'all on this fucking platform right here and tearing each other down. Black women. So black women, this is the toxic shit that I'm talking about right here. This is what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see black females on television for younger generations, y'all daughters, nieces, cousins, to watch this. This is okay. This is what y'all would like to promote. I mean, like I said, we all understand and we all do drama. I'm not taking away none of that. You see what I'm saying? But let's be fair and let's be neutral. If you don't want something done to you, don't do it to somebody else. And don't try to call somebody else when somebody else is that bullshit. I mean, it's plain as day. If you're gonna talk about somebody's child and expect somebody to forgive somebody's bad behavior, then don't turn it around and virtually want to somebody's neck off for the same bad behavior. Like, where does that make sense at? And this is what I'm saying as far as the bad behavior shit. Like, we have to call the shit what it is. Call a fucking spade a spade, man. Like, seriously. Okay, now we're going to talk about the businesses. Kenya don't do shit until these fucking girls bring out a knife or a gun or something to fucking trigger her fucking bad behavior. Kenya said the reason why she went after Marlo, okay, she did say 4 years ago when they was at the first hair care thing, Shamia and Porsha drunk the water out the bottle. But then she also made it clear that at another event, Marlo made a statement about her hair care. That scene right there when they did the flashback when Marlo mentioned Kenya's hair care line. That's when Kenya returned the favor and went to what was the song she had? Kenya more hair care. Like, let's be fair. Fair is fair, right is right, wrong is wrong. That's what makes good TV. Now, Kenya don't pull out her ammunition until it's necessary, and that's what she did to Kenya. She pulled out that fucking gun on Kenya when it was
hold up. Chill out with the cussing. You getting just too angry. You gotta relax, baby. You gotta relax.
Yes, man. But this is what I'm saying, Miss Mary, and that's why I didn't want to go in, because at some point we have to be neutral, and that's one of the reasons I love you. I was going to do it again. I love your channel because no matter what we say in the chat or how you bring out the content, you always try to stay neutral. And that's one thing I do respect about you. You don't get involved with what's going on in the chat and pick a favorite. You see what I'm saying? You stay neutral no matter how you doing the content or how you read the chat. You are neutral no matter what. And that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But you have to separate the bad behavior. We all know Kenya do some fucked up bad shit. We know this. But at some
point of the situation is you have to know what your truth is, and what your truth is and how you view this person, that person. Can't nobody differentiate or turn you around. So therefore, if they're speaking something that you believe is not true, you just skip past it, because when you try to change somebody's mind, or when you try to say, oh no, this and that, you are wasting your time. You say what you need to say, they say what they need to say, and you keep it moving, because if you know the truth, and nobody can take that truth from you.
And that's fact. And that right there says it all, because at the end of the day, we all watching the reunion, right? Are we not all watching the reunion? We are all. Look at the different personalities. Look at the different personalities. Maybe some people took their medications for the reunion. But look at the different personalities at the reunion. Look who's very hyped. Look who's very calm. That's how you know who's telling the truth and who's not even really bothered at this point. Seriously. Nobody is bothered with Nene. Period.
she's doing a whole lot of, and I can't really, I can't get into it because it's like, you're doing too much. I was about to talk about Kenya. When Kenya brought out the ammunition on Kenya, it was just ridiculous because y'all did all of this to say what? Just to promote Kenya? It didn't even work. Like, y'all trying to make Kenya a part of the show, but like the caller before us said, like, Kenya is very weak. She don't got no kind of fight in this battle. She don't even need to be on this type of thing right here. Real Housewives, she needs to go to another franchise where she can blend in a little bit better because she's fake, phony, and she's reaching too hard. Even with the whole Marlo thing, like, girl, please. Like, oh my God, the toxic. It's just, it's like really overbearing. Girl, Marlo, Marlo ain't doing nothing with that wig line, like you stated in the beginning.
No, we went to search when the last time she promoted it, and that was the last time. So I was like, yo, you pull a fast one on us, baby.
Yes, Marlo ain't doing nothing with that wig line. So
and
like,
then I was wondering why Nene's not supporting her wig line. She's talking about other wigs lines, but then Nene said on the Breakfast Club that she won't do any business with any of the ladies from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So it is what it is. Like, you just gotta take the show. I take the show with a grain of salt. Like, you can't. I'm not invested like that because you know I've been disappointed plenty of times. So I'll be like, oh no, this is my ride or die. And then they turn around and do this. Then they do that. Then they do this. And then the other person do this, do that. And so then for a long time, when it came to reality TV, I just enjoy it for the entertainment. That's it. Because if you get invested, you'll be out here swinging.
Okay, girl, you ain't never lie. Your pressure be up.
You'll be out here swinging. You'll be upset. You'll be mad. And I got too many things going on in my real life that I watch the show is entertaining to me.
And that's it, because at the end of the day, none of these ladies pay none of my bills. So don't feed me. They don't do nothing for me. I love them on TV. That's as far as we have an interaction.
Yep.
That's it. I'm like you. Yeah, I may like Kenya a little bit more. Okay, push me up the ledge, whatever. But she's the underdog, you know what I'm saying? I fucks with KMC, you know what I'm saying? She got a little bit of a couple dollars, whatever. But all of these females, like, they all have their own lane, and that's just my whole thing. Everybody got a lane. Pick your lane, stay in your lane. That's all. All I want to see is a little bit more positivity. We all got love for everybody. Trust me. There's no hate over here. I promise everybody, no hate. It's all love. I'm tired of seeing the toxic on TV, to be honest. We need to start, being right is right and wrong is wrong. You don't want to see none of your sisters, your cousins, like nobody close to you in these type of situations. Like, that's where I'm looking at it, from that point of view. As a female, I have a young daughter, you know what I'm saying? I have nieces. I'm looking around like, I don't want them watching this. But the young girls, they coming up, they watching this. My daughter, my nieces, they come up. Did you see the episode? I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm going to talk about it on Miss MJ's station Monday morning. But that's not here, nor there. And at this point, I'm just like over certain bad behaviors. You know what I mean? We just, right is right and wrong is wrong. Yeah, we all understand Kenya do a lot of, BS. We're not taking that away from Kenya. We call her out when she do it. We call her out. But, like, call the people out who's doing the effed up thing, too. Like, if Porsha gonna be mad over Eva calling PJ Dennis with a bow, then be mad at Nene calling Kenya's baby a buffalo, or she didn't have the baby. She had the baby through, another a surrogate. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm not, hating on nobody's favorite person. I'm just saying we all see the hypocrisy within the show. So if you see what's going on, speak on it. It's an opinion. It's not, you're not gonna take away from your favorite person. but that's what friendship is. You have to be able to call out your friend and say, yo, man, that wasn't right. You know? Like,
but I don't think they're friends, so that's another thing. They are associates in business. They work together. They're business and they don't like each other. And one of the things they have to do is they entertaining too as well. Yes, we don't like to. Yes, it's too much negativity. It's negativity everywhere. But like they're getting paid to do what they do, and they do what they do for their fans too as well. So also you got to keep in mind that they're doing it to entertain the people that are watching too.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. As far as like.
So that's why I don't take none of it personal, because they're doing their job. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're getting paid the $100,000 and millions of dollars to get on TV and do what the hell that they supposed to do. Now, if they want to be, they can all be positive if they want to be, but that's not giving them the money. That's not going to give them what they need. They're going to do what they think is fit to keep going, because they've been doing this for 10 years, 13 years, 8 years. So they know what the fans want. They know what the station wants. So they're going to do what they're going to do. And it's up to us to either watch it or move on.
Yeah, I understand that too. But like, we don't have to go below the belt. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's where these ladies are right now. All of them, they're all below the belt. I mean, like I said, we all enjoy the drama. But, like, at what point is the drama too much? Because, like, right now, for me, everything is below the belt. Especially with the kids and the husband. The kids and the husband, well, the husbands technically are part of the show. But, like, as far as, like, the kids and stuff like that, like, okay, we don't have to speak on nobody's kids. You know what I'm saying? But, like, when you go to work, I understand going to work and having that mental state, like this is my job and these are my co-workers. But in the same point, like, you don't go to work to be assaulted. Like, it don't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be able to choose your battle. Like, okay, I'm going to work, so I understand this is like really toxic. So now I'm making $500,000. So now I'm gonna sell my soul to go to work and get assaulted or maybe verbally abused that day. Like, I mean, pick your battles. So I think that's where I'm kind of at, because, like I said, at this point, everybody's at below the belt for me. You speaking of kids, then sometimes they talk about mental health. You know, that right there is my trigger. You talk about mental health, you better have some type of proof. Because, you know, I'm 5150 certified all day. Wear my badge proudly. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they hit below the belt. On certain topics, they hit below the belt. Like I said, we all enjoy the drama. But at what point do we say, yo, man, you just, like, sucker punch me, like, out of nowhere? Like, when do we say that it's not right?
Yep.
I understand going to work, and I understand the toxic within the work. I told you, I just had a situation, April 13th. I got assaulted at the damn job. Some dude decided to punch me in my damn arm. Like, look, man, it happened. I get it. He can't handle my mom. You punch me in my hand. Okay, well, then we all got a lawsuit. Fuck it. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, where do we draw the line when it comes to...
It's going to be them that's going to have to draw the line. It's them.
Yeah, because
it's not us. We're not telling them what to do. We're not telling them how to act. We're not telling them how to talk.
They do listen to us. As far as, like, the viewers, I believe they listen to some of the viewers. I believe so.
So they're going to have to change. They are going to have to change. It's up to them to change. Because they're doing what they know that they get paid to do. So it's like they're going to have to change. They're going to have to stop, not go below the belt. They're going to have to find a way where they can get at each other without hurting each other.
I want to see how 13 going to really look, because after this, like, let's be real, who's coming back after 12? Everybody is toxic. Everybody is toxic at this point. I vote for a whole new recast. Everybody must go. Let's get some new folks up in here.
All right.
That's how I feel.
I feel
like,
you.
At that point, like let everybody go. Since NeNe want certain people to go, let everybody fucking go. From the head chef to the bottom of the janitor, let everybody go. Start a new class.
All right.
Shit.
All right, Crazy LB. I appreciate your phone call. God bless you. You stay woke. You stay safe.
Thank you.
And I hope everything works out with you with that situation. And I'm going to pray for that situation.
I got me a Jew. I'm good. got me an Italian Jew.
Well, just make sure your Jew is close to the judge, and make sure your Jew don't rob you blind. You got to make sure.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Make sure you read your paperwork up and down. And if you don't understand the paperwork that the lawyer's giving to you, take that paperwork, put it on Google, and then understand each and everything. Because when you don't know, that's when they try to take your money. So make sure you're on your paperwork, because they will rob you blind.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for that advice. I appreciate that.
God bless you. You have a great day.
I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much, Ms. Mary, for giving us this platform. I really appreciate you.
And I'm glad you're not. No, I'm glad you're not mad no more. God bless you.
No, I'm never mad. They just be so like carrying on, and I just be trying to figure out where is the neutral, because like your channel is neutral. Like I said, even though I may be a Kenya fan, but like at the end of the day, I'm gonna call Kenya out when she do some crap. You know what I'm saying? When she pulled the crap with Cynthia at the engagement party, she almost blew it. But you know, we forgave her. But we got down and dirty in the mud with Kenya. We called her out on that. We called her out. We don't let Kenya slide on her BS. That's why she apologized to Kenya for calling her that cunt word. We don't let Kenya slide when she do her F stuff. We don't. We call her out. Girl, get your behind out there and apologize for that nonsense. You know calling that girl that see you next Tuesday wasn't nice. Get out there and do what you gotta do. And that media training works. Kenya is the only one out there with media training. For real. Look how poised that girl is. That girl beautiful. Don't be a hater, y'all. Love everybody. I love you, Miss Mary. I'm going to get off your line right now.
God bless.
Everybody.
God bless you. Peace.
God bless you as well. Love you.
Love you too. Peace. So there we have it. We will see what part 3 is going to bring for us, baby. If there's any more callers, call in and let me know. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think about the show? What do you think the show should change? What should they do? How do you feel about the show? Do you like it? Do you want it to change? Do you want different cast members? Or are you happy with what you have been seeing on TV? Tell me what you think. I was like, Lord have mercy. Well, they did it this reunion though. They put in work. They put in work and they came through. They came through doing quarantine, baby. Andy was like, this is not gonna, we gonna record. It ain't gonna be none of that. We gonna get this together, baby. And they sure did. Change the cast. Oh. Bring Miss V. You want Miss Vivica Fox on the show? Ooh, Lord. And that'd be crazy if Vivica Fox enters the show, because you won't even be able to tell whether she's joking, whether she's serious, because she's a real actress. So you won't even know where she's coming from. You know what I mean? You won't even know at all. The virtual reunion was great, and and they kept it. And the mute part, and that's what part that I did enjoy, that they can do that, because that's a situation where you want to hear what the people are saying and everything else like that. And I love they had the mute button, because then you can get back to the... What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Norris.
Hey, Norris, how you doing?
I'm good.
So tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think about the reunion part 2.
Well, Kenya, she looked like a white chick. I mean, her makeup was so bad. I mean, she looked white. I mean, she looked white as a cloud. Like she looked like powder. Like they did her makeup really bad. Whoever did. I mean, she is a fashionista. She know how to dress and so forth, but her face really did look bad. But yeah, I like the way she tried to stand up to Kenya though at the reunion. Like I'm like, good for you, Kenya. Finally, you starting to stand up for yourself. But Kenya just missed that like it was nobody's business. Yeah, you see Kenya was trying to stand up to her. I'm like, you didn't do this on the show, but I guess you trying to get a piece. So you spoke up. I mean, your classy way.
Yeah, she did what she did. She did what she did.
And then Marlo, Marlo was no match for Kenya at all. Because Kenya was Marlo was trying, but Kenya was hitting her where it hurts. Mm-hmm. It's like Kenya getting everybody at this reunion. Well, not everybody, like Marlo, and then she dismissed Kenya. And then Porsha went at it. I'm like, Porsha, why is you trying to go so hard at Kenya? You ain't had no real evidence or nothing against her. It's just like, if you really had an issue or problem with Kenya, you could have addressed that. Or either you could have talked about it before the reunion, because you doing too much. I mean, she really, really was doing too much trying to come for Kenya. And you see, like you said, Kenya was trying to dodge her, was trying to, ignore her and kick her to the back burner. Put her on the back burner because she ain't had time to deal with her. But I think mainly Porsha was coming after her because of Nene. She wanted to stick up for Nene. That was her way of sticking up for Nene. Because she saw how her and Eva, because that's why I think part of why she got all over Eva, Porsha, was because Eva kept chiming in when Nene and Kenya was getting into it, and she went off on Eva and shut her down. Eva didn't say too much at this reunion at all until the end.
No, she didn't. And also Nene said on the Breakfast Club she had called Porsha to tell Porsha, I got this. You did what you did, but let me take this because you was you was in a line of fire. And so I guess that's when Nene and Eva went back and forth because that's what, Nene Leakes said on the Breakfast Club. So Porsha was definitely there to have Nene's back.
Yeah, I'm glad of that. And, Eva, I'm glad that she opened up about her situation with Kim McCall a little bit. I'm glad she opened up. That was a good moment for her. That was really a good moment. I'm like, we needed to see a moment without them just going at each other so hard. We needed a moment that somebody opened up. So that was nice. But then she goes from that moment, that good moment, she could have won people over. But then again, when Kandi and Nene got into it, she started chiming in again. Like the part 1 reunion, she started saying little slick comments. I'm like, Eva, shut up. It is not your battle, girl. You done already did your thing in part 1. You know what I'm saying? Take your break.
Dude, she trying to get paid. Hey, I might not have been visible throughout the season, but right now I'm here and I'm ready. Lord.
Yeah, well, she needs to address Porsha for the way Porsha talked to her. If that's the case, Porsha the one she really need to be getting at. Because, like I said, every time Porsha would talk, she didn't say nothing. Like, not one thing. She was numb. So I'm like, instead of chiming in, trying to go in on Nene, you need to take care of Porsha because she the one dogs you out and threaten to kick your butt. So she the one you need to be getting on. And then Cynthia, Cynthia was cool, calm, and collected. She did lie when she said that. I don't think that Nene is a toxic friend. She did say that before, that she is a toxic friend. When she said that she didn't. So come on, Cynthia, get your story straight. Come clean, admit that you said it. She might not admit it, but she still said it. And then, so Cynthia wasn't too bad. She was cool tonight. But I want to see, she gonna go off. She gonna go off the next reunion a little bit about Nene. You see her try to get aggressive, raise her voice. about why Nene ain't here, Giovanna here, but why Nene ain't here.
Yeah, she said, yeah, she's like, basically, you're supposed to be defending yourself that, never recorded me and have this girl coming after me. How come you're not here to defend yourself? And that's what Cynthia's going to go in at. And Marlo and Cynthia kind of poked fun a little bit at that situation when they were, interviewing with Claudia Jordan, basically saying, Marlo was like, I would never record you. I know you all these years. I would never record you. So we're going to see what not Tanya, but what, Giovanna's going to bring. Is she going to bring something that's solid that we can say, oh, yeah? Or is it going to be something that we got to ponder, put together, piece together and shit like that? So I hope it's something really solid. To bring her, to give her a guest appearance on the reunion, I hope it's solid.
Yeah, it's just like, is Giovanna from Clark gonna show up? Because you know how she was talking about on the like last year, I'm Giovanna from Clark, I'm that B. Well, come on, B. Come ready to sting some of that evidence so we can see what you're talking about. We can see what you're working with. Come on, Miss B. Come on, sting Nene's butt. And Nene, I felt like Nene, after her and Kandi got into it, I felt like, the thing switched over to Kenya and Cynthia's friendship. I feel like Nene should have just stayed there because they wasn't talking about her no more. Nene should have stayed there and rest. She could have relaxed. That was her time. That was her moment to stay there and relax. And as soon as she got that text or that phone call saying that Giovanna was going to be there, she could have saved her energy, saved some energy, some pent-up energy for Giovanna. That would have been good for part 3. That would have been real good for her to get her evidence together and be like, okay, Giovanna coming. She going to try to start some mess with me, so I'm going to just bring my evidence and I'm going to be ready to show. Let her do her talking, and then when it's my time, I'm going to defend myself and I'm going to shut her down. See, that was Nene's moment to win people over. That was her moment to shine, but she just like, I'm over it, I'm done. She quit. And she shouldn't have did that. That was a big mistake because you giving Giovanna a chance to do, you giving her a chance to sting you with her evidence to really, win those women over and possibly win some people over. And I would have took that moment away from her by being there and bringing my evidence to the court. That was her time, to relax and prepare for Giovanna. And see, I think she, she was a little worn out. She still should have stayed. You don't quit a reunion or quit a show that a reunion that you started as far as being at all the reunions that she done been to. You don't just walk away like that. Them women can't do nothing to you on that computer. Like, come on now. You was bringing it part 1. You might as well stay and finish the course.
Yeah, it all depends on, what the situation really is between them two. Did they really have something, together, and they planned out something together, and now Giovanna is basically throwing Nene under the bus? Or does Giovanna feel like Nene threw her under the bus? Or is Giovanna just being used as a plant, basically to throw more stuff at Nene? And Nene feels like this girl's not even worth anything. And why is she here? Why ain't all the other people? Because everybody asks that question. So has Cynthia. Cynthia asked the question when she was on, Kandi's, channel. Basically, like, she was like, most of all the stuff that was brought up was things about that happened outside of the show. We didn't really get into the stuff that was with the show. And she was like, I wanted the cookie lady to come. I wanted some other people to come. So basically, Cynthia was saying in so many words in a nutshell that she didn't give a damn if Giovanna came. But we see clearly in the clip that, she wants Nene to defend herself. So we don't know, a lot of people were saying that, Nene's, this is a further, shit throwing at Nene by bringing Giovanna back, So she probably felt like, I ain't doing this shit. And she got up and she walked away. Or is there any real damaging information?
Yeah, that make her, if she she's scared that girl might have some on her, then, you know, that shows her guilt. That kind of shows, you know, like Cynthia said, that's all, you know, that's showing me something by her not being here. Giovanna is. That's basically showing her something that Giovanna might be telling the truth. That's why we need Nene there. Yeah, you probably are right when she said that girl ain't worth it. But come on, that was a big part of the show, though. Especially when they was in Toronto. That was like for half of the season. That was a big part of the show. And, you know, that got a lot of attention. So that's why I say you need to come and win some people over. You need to come, you know, defend yourself. You need to clear this mess up. Because that evidence that she showed 2 days after the reunion on the internet, she could have saved that for the reunion and shut that girl down. And no peach for Giovanna. That plum would have been plumped. You know, definitely. So I just think she should have stayed. I think she could have finished it out. You know, she's supposed to be the queen bee, and the queen bee ain't supposed to run from her high. She's supposed to stay. I mean, take her break, do what you got to do, and come back and defend what's yours.
You know, you definitely a good point. But it seems like Nene got up, or I think she feeling like she's being stung. And not by just the ladies, but she's being stung by the network, because this is the only special guest that we're going to bring through is Giovanna. Nobody else talk about their, you know, bringing this situation they was entwined with. So, you know, she's feeling like she said, she felt like, you know, it was a setup and she was gang up on. And then, like, if the girls gang up on her and basically call her out for the shit that she do, okay. But now bringing someone that's not a cast member and you don't bring nobody else, now it seems like she's feeling like the network is helping fuel the shit. So I guess she was like, F this, I'm getting up and I'm leaving. And then Giovanna comes like, yo, you just supposed to be your house. I done ran you out your house. And that's the worst thing ever, because now Giovanna has been going around saying, I done ran Nene out of her house. I was like, Lord, you know she gonna keep saying that shit too.
I know, well, people gonna I mean, that ain't gonna mean nothing if her evidence ain't good.
Yep.
And she just, that's all. I wonder what Miss Clark, Miss Yo-Yo from Clark gonna bring. And then, you know, Marlo has changed, you know, a lot, you know, with them children. I'm glad that them children, you know, her having them children humbled her.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Change her behavior. Porsha's baby do look like Dennis.
Yep.
That baby do look like Dennis. I mean, it's a pretty baby, but she still look like Dennis. And Eva, you know, was wrong for trying to shade that baby. She definitely is wrong. That's something that I don't blame people for getting on her about that. They shouldn't beat her up, like, mentally, but still, verbally, but still, she should have, you know, knew better than that. She could have left that girl out, the baby girl out, or she wasn't going to compliment Porsha on the baby. She shouldn't have did that. So, like I said, and then Eva, like you said, probably secured that peach for next season, but she don't need to be getting pregnant again, and, you know, and being off most or half the season. She needs to learn how to back up what she said. Don't backpedal at all, because she done already did that the first 2 seasons that she was on there. You know, so no more. This her third time, her third strike, so she don't need to be backpedaling no more. So
I hope
Eva
not.
that we've seen at this reunion, we need to keep seeing this Eva throughout, because if she can't show out at this reunion, and then if she come back next season, she's back to being the same chick that she was on the show the last 2 years. We don't want to see that. So.
They must really like Eva, because she hasn't really offered anything until it came to the reunion, you know. And she threw some little shady remarks, but she you know what? Just get at Nene, and that's what she did. She got at her. Kenya Moore really didn't have to do much. She was just chiming in, so, you know, she gonna do what she gonna do to get her peach. But I wonder if they're thinking about giving Giovanna, you know, a friend of the show now, since Yovana are cool with all the people that Nene is not cool with now.
Yes. Yes, she is. That's a good question. But hopefully, they might not give her nothing if she don't have nothing good to say at the reunion, or good as far as the evidence goes. If her evidence was like Porsha's, was flatline like Porsha's, she might not come back at all. Because Porsha's evidence was just like her stone that she came out with flatline. That evidence was flatline. That was no good at all. Baby girl, you just wasted your time, doing all that talk and no action.
I know.
Seriously, that's a waste of time. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, come on, you could have stepped back and looked pretty. And then, Nene set herself up as far as Kandi go. Because the way Kandi, I don't think Kandi wanted to argue with her at first.
I don't think she was. But she threw it and she was like, oh, just like you don't want to speak on it, I don't want to speak on Wendy. And boom, shit hit the fan.
I know. That's why I think Nene, as good as Nene can be, I like her, but sometimes she put a foot in her mouth and she don't realize, these women ain't gonna bow down to you no more, Sister Cat. They are not gonna back down to you. They gonna come at you, especially Kandi. But Kandi, like, is the main one out of all of them who done always stood up to her, as far as stood up to her, if you notice that. Because, Kenya, the little shade and the stuff Kenya was saying about Nene, verbally she got her again, she won again, but she wouldn't do that to her face. That's the thing. I think Kandi would yell at Nene or stand up to her face, and, the rest of them, maybe Porsha if she got mad enough, but the rest of them won't stand up to Nene at all. So they figure, okay, we ain't at the reunion. We ain't sitting face to face or sitting across from each other or next to each other. So we gonna buck up and we gonna say whatever we want to say to get our peach. But I know they wasn't gonna say that to our face if it was a regular reunion. And like you said earlier, like, so much stuff is missing from this virtual reunion.
Yep.
And it's just like, what's the point of doing 3 freaking parts if we can't see the husbands, we can't see the outside people like the cookie lady, or, we can't see Mama Joyce.
We can't talk to Mark. We want some questions. We got some questions for Dennis. We got some questions for Todd. We want, like, some of the stuff that did happen on the season, a end to it, or basically a resolution, or their thoughts on what they seen. So it would have been nice, but,
Yeah, that's why I said it's reunion. I mean, it's good virtually, but it's just, nah. But it's good, but it's missing a lot.
Because usually they go through everything that happened, and then sometimes, they went through the second part really quick, but usually, like, they would ask Mark about the questions of whether, Kenya Moore is keeping a baby from him, or if she didn't show up for his birthday, what happened with the Uber ride, and then Todd, how do you feel that Mama Joyce is still coming at you? What about your daughter Kayla? How are you doing? How is everything going on with that relationship? And basically get his reaction instead of Kandi telling us. And then if you're gonna bring about Mama Joyce, let Mama Joyce, we can tell if Mama Joyce is being serious or if she's throwing shade when she answers the question about Todd. And then we can have Greg speak on again about that lady, Anita, or whatever her name is. And that'll be something, good too as well. And then, we all got questions for Dennis. And just to see how Porsha, responds when it comes to Dennis. And then, if Michael Sterling, instead of him getting on live, he could have sat right next to his wife and talked his shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we missing all that stuff. It's just like... And then also Mike Hill, is that his name? Yeah, Mike Hill, like his daughter, the situation. How does she really feel about Cynthia? And she did start crying. And, how is Mike dealing with his daughters having Cynthia there? And do they still want Mike Hill with their to be with their mother? That'd have been interesting, but we just gotta, and he was right there too to answer the question, but we didn't get a lot of the stuff that we wanted to be answered. It was basically Nene set up the case where all we have to do is just focus on you, because now you gave so much ammunition out there. Even though she was trying to be real, she was just trying to talk her shit, build her YouTube page up, but all that stuff translated to reunion. Oh, we don't even gotta talk about our personal lives. We could just get at Nene. Yeah. Because she left the door open. She left that door wide open. She had incense, she had candles, and I don't know if she thought it was gonna be like that, but it was.
Yeah, you're right. I think they should have. Well, yeah, I think Kandi did get on her YouTube channel and say some stuff about Nene too. Yeah, she did. And speaking of Kandi, I just don't believe that Todd and Kayla is as good as she said they are.
That's why I would like to see Todd, because it's hard for Todd to lie with a straight face. He'll put his head down. You know, he has a way of telling you the truth with his body language.
Yeah, and then Mama Joyce, I don't know if him and her as cool as Kandi say, compared to, we thought they were cool, and then Mama Joyce, we saw how she acted about not having his name on any of her stuff. She wanted Riley's name to be on there, her house and things like that. So it's like she still showed during the season that she didn't trust them. And I don't know how a baby all of a sudden would change that.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was more focused on, like you say, let's see what Nene gonna do, and let me just give half-ass answers like Kenya did to some of her questions, and let's focus on Nene, like you said, which I think is weak. Yeah, Nene did made some bad choices on that YouTube channel. She could have, did other things on that channel besides talk about the ladies or talk about what she was going to do. You never tell nobody what you going to do. You don't do that. Because, like you said, you set yourself up for a huge fall when you do that. You definitely got to make your moves in silence. Basically, make your moves in silence. And then when it comes to the showdown, then get at them. And she could have caught him off guard, but she didn't. She had her loose lips shook her ship.
Amen. Amen to that.
That's why she had to leave.
Alrighty. Any last words on anything?
Oh, I was gonna say I wanted to thank Crazy LB for commenting me on my video last night that I made about the Heroes Act, how they passed it in the House, but now we gotta wait, to the Senate and see what they have to say.
Yes, I want my money. I need it, baby.
I know, $1,200, and then they said dependents was gonna get $1,200, but it's just like, I think the dependents could stay at $500, for the 3 people, and then instead of $1,200, they could give us $2,000 instead, and then it still be less than $6,000, per household. Saying if Duckface, Donald Duckface Trump don't sign if it gets to Donald Trump and he don't sign it because the price is too high with the $3 trillion. If they wanted to get it down, they could, make some adjustments in that. And then other things, they can make a few adjustments too. But I hope they keep the student loan. Because I need that $10,000 to go towards my student loan.
Amen.
I owe $13,000.
Amen.
I can use that.
I know.
And then essential workers, could get paid an extra $13 an hour. And I like that too.
Exactly.
Like low income,
yes.
Low income and high income. So
perfect.
Them the 3 benefits for me.
Perfect. For real, I agree. Thank you. Yep. I appreciate it.
Yep, you're welcome. It's great to talk to you as always.
Same here. You guys, please go check out Tony's YouTube channel and show him some love. Please go check him out. Thank you so much, Tony. God bless you.
Yep, you too. I hope you be able to see the video whenever you get a chance.
No doubt.
Tell me what you think.
I will. I would definitely tell you.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes. That's it. No longer than 30 minutes.
Much love to you, Tony.
Yep, you too.
God bless.
You have a good night and you have a good week, and hope to talk to you again soon. And I'm going to hit the like on the video.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. God bless. Appreciate it.
Yep, you too.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Tony. Tony's cool people. Tony's good people. So please go check out Norris Tony's YouTube channel. Also check out Mike Carter's YouTube channel. He came through earlier. He might still be in the bushes. There's some people in the bushes. Thank all the people that are in the bushes. Thank you for coming through. Thank all the phone call, everyone that called in. I appreciate your opinion, your times, and your thoughts on different situations, and giving us an understanding of where you coming from and how you feel about what's going on. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You guys have a blessed, wonderful week. Stay up, stay positive, stay woke, and stay protected, and make sure you know what's going on in your towns, in your city, that they're not passing certain bills and trying to come through and just walk into our house and test us and tell us how we can live and how we can do it. No, if you want to test me for the coronavirus, you need to test yourself. Whatever needle you're going to try to poke, whatever vaccine you got, you need to take it first, because you just ain't going to come through and just wipe us out with whatever vaccine that they are trying to use. So please pay attention to what's going on with your town, with the councilman, with the mayor, with the Senate, and also with the legislators and legislation that is going out. So make sure you pay attention, because they will be coming and knocking on black people's doors and trying to force them take a vaccine and nobody else. So make sure you stay woke and you pay attention and be ready. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be, because you ain't coming through. You ain't knocking on my door. You ain't coming in. You ain't doing none of that shit. None of that's happening. I don't know what you think this is. I have my Second Amendment rights, baby, and I will be using them for real, for real. So pay attention to what's going on, because they are trying to invade our community, vaccinate us, give us vaccine that we have no idea what's in it, what's going on, or anything else like that. So please pay attention to your elders and your community to make sure that they're not going to be used and taken advantage of. If you have family members in the nursing home, make sure you find out what's going on too as well, because there's no genocide over here, baby. For real, for real. Yes, you're absolutely right about the HR 66 bill that they're trying to pass, and you have to stay woke and stay present, and make sure you let your kids and your loved ones and your family know what's going on out here to be protected each and every time that they leave the house, because they're trying to make an example out of us, make us the face of corona, and also try to vaccinate us too as well. If you really want to change shit, then change the community, give health care to everybody, you know what I mean? And make sure you bring all that processed GMO and all that sugary, salty, shitty food in the neighborhoods of the poor community out, and bring in organic, and create areas in communities where they can have farms, they can garden too as well. Everybody is not down with a vaccine. You're talking about, okay, black people are the face of corona, but you're not doing anything about it. All you're trying to do is force us to come into our house and take a vaccine. And then on top of that, if you have government assistance, if you live in Section 8 housing, or you're getting any type of government assistance, which is food stamps or cash assistance, or Social Security and things like that, and if you don't take the vaccine, they can take you off of your assistance. They can remove you from your government assistance. So you need to pay attention, because they're going to try to scare you into signing. But if we all stand together and we all keep our doors closed and we all keep our finger on the we'll be all right. So peace and love to all my peeps and my peoples. Thank you guys for coming through. I really do appreciate it. Crazy LB, Norris Tony, Great Glam Diva, thank you for coming through. I do appreciate it. Miller, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Bessie, thank you. Happy days. Much love to you, baby. Bessie Jones, Sam B be out here wilding. The Kevin 4 421, thank you for coming through. Miss Nina Bug, thank you. I really do appreciate your help. I really appreciate all you guys coming through. I appreciate the moderators. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate you talking and slanging and banging and doing what you do, baby. Thank you. I do appreciate you stopping by and showing me some love, because you don't have to be here. You could have been anywhere else. Ferguson, thank you for coming through too as well. I really do appreciate all you guys coming through and basically being yourself and who you want to be, baby, because that's all we can be in this life is ourselves. And if you can come over here and feel comfortable and be yourself, that's all I'm talking about. That's all that's good, because baby, I'm going to be myself. I got nobody else to be but me. Even if I like myself, don't like myself for a moment, I'm only me. I can only be me, and that's it. And that's the same thing with y'all. So I don't judge. I don't criticize y'all, but I do talk shit. So much love to all the people that came through, that spoke in the comment section. I really do appreciate y'all, and I appreciate the moderators that come through hanging and banging and slanging and staying riding. I appreciate all y'all, for real. And everybody else. Brooks, thank you for coming through. Great Glam Diva, I think I already said your name. Ferguson, Kevin 421, thank you for coming through too as well. So I'm just going up as the goddess. So thank you guys, much love to you. We gotta stay woke, we gotta stay protected. Even though we watch reality TV, we watch stuff, whatever, but we're paying attention to what's going on in the news. We're paying attention to what's going on in our communities, and we're keeping ourselves woke and keeping ourselves protected too as well, because ain't nobody gonna make no example out of us and vaccinate us. It usually takes years for them to come up with a vaccine, but yet it's 6 months, 7 months, and they're gonna try to put us on crash dummies. No, it's not gonna happen. Now, if everybody gathers together, whether you're on public assistance or housing or whatever, everybody in your neighborhood that don't want to be vaccinated, and they could be forced to be kicked off of government assistance, if you come together and you say you ain't gonna get, the councilman ain't gonna have his job, the mayor ain't gonna have his job, and all this other stuff, that you are not down with it, or whatever the case may be, there's no way they can force us all off, because they still need people on assistance and everything else like that, because that's what makes the money go around, and that's how the government stay rich, because of these programs. Why you think they got the programs? Because they love us, because they want to help us? No, they take millions and millions of cuts from that money and keep living their rich lifestyle. So don't try to threaten us with a good time. Angel, good night. Excuse me. Angel Eyes Murphy, good night. No way. I might take you. You wildin' if I'm taking. You wildin', baby. Take. All of y'all take it. That's what you need to do. Y'all take and tell me if it works. And we're going to put you out in the middle and see if something happens. So please stay vigilant. Please stay woke. And please let people know in your community, people that are next to you, your kids, your husbands, your nieces, your nephew, your grandkids, what's going on, because, they're going to try to make examples out of us, and to be protected and to be aware when they're leaving the house. This is not fun time. Like, you got to pay attention. You got to have your mask on. You got to do everything so they can't come at you. But when they do come at you, you need to be prepared. You need to be ready and look at the signs of when you're in a bad situation, or when you're being monitored, watched, and followed by these certain people that think they can come in our community and force us to do things. So make sure you stay vigilant to what's going on. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video, and tell me what's on your mind. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Thank you guys so much.